LA Galaxy is presented by Herbalife. Nutrition for a better life. SNHU. See yourself succeed at snhu.edu. And Toyota. Let's go places.
3 weeks into the new Major League Soccer season, the LA Galaxy return home to Southern California in search of victory number 2. Live from Dignity Health Sports Park here in Carson, it's the LA Galaxy playing host to Minnesota United FC. A very good evening and great to have the pleasure of your company here on Galaxy Radio. I'm Christian Miles. And with winter having nearly come and gone, the Galaxy are now hoping a return home can help melt away the blues after last weekend's disappointing 2-1 loss at FC Dallas. It was a defeat that saw LA outplayed throughout large stretches, leaving a lot more questions than answers for new head coach Guillermo Barros Esqueloto. Of chief concern right now is the health of this team, which will have to do without the services of their top 2 attacking options, Zlatan Ibrahimovic and Roman Alessandrini. Ibra is still feeling the after effects of an Achilles injury suffered 2 weeks ago in the opener against Chicago, a match that also saw his fellow designated player Roman Alessandrini limp off in the first half with a strained right hamstring. Adding to the list of worry is Perry Kitchen, the central midfielder, has yet to feature this season after injuring his ankle in preseason. However, in the midst of a depleted squad, reinforcements, well, they're starting to arrive in the form of Joe Corona, who made his MLS debut last weekend for the Galaxy. Just 2 days after signing from Xolos, it was a rude introduction to MLS for the U.S. international, as he and his two teammates really struggled to gain a foothold in the midfield where they were overrun by FCD. It wasn't entirely devoid of positives, however, as Sebastian Lletget did make his way back from injury, helping the Galaxy create some chances, especially in a well-played first half that saw them twice hit the woodwork and unlucky to have not scored by halftime. All right, when we return, we'll examine how the Galaxy plan to defend this one against a Minnesota United team that has taken the league by storm, come out of the gates firing with 6 big goals. Plus, we'll break down the Modelo starting lineups. As the pregame rolls on, it's the LA Galaxy and MNUFC tonight on Galaxy Radio.
Since 1889, Shasta Soda celebrates 130 years of flavor.
There's no fooling. Shasta's the cat's pajamas.
Extra, extra, Shasta now in cans.
Pass me the Shasta, Daddy-O.
Far out, Shasta is groovy.
Get down and boogie with Shasta.
Like Shasta is totally tubular, dude.
Shasta's all that in a bag of chips.
Hashtag Shasta is lit.
No matter how you say it, for 130 years, it just has to be Shasta.
Dignity Health is the official health care partner of the LA Galaxy at Dignity Health Sports Park. Our doctors and nurses look for the healing effects of human kindness every day at our Southern California hospitals. St. Mary in Long Beach, Northridge Hospital, California Hospital in downtown LA, St. Bernardine, and Community Hospital of San Bernardino. Learn about emergency services, health care, and healthy babies at dignityhealthcare.org/SoCal.
Hey, LA Galaxy fans, get ready for a season of winning. And winning at San Manuel Casino. With over 4,700 slot machines, San Manuel Casino has the most slots in Southern California. And in the month of March, you can ride away in a brand new Corvette Grand Sport convertible with drawings every Thursday night in March. San Manuel Casino. All thrill. Details at sanmanuel.com. Must be 21. Please gamble responsibly.
Alcatel, the official smartphone partner of LA Galaxy, presents Onyx, a smartphone with the latest tech features at a great price. Enjoy sharp photos with dual rear cameras, enhanced security features with fingerprint and facial recognition, up to 32 gigabytes of storage, and a battery built to last. This beautifully designed smartphone with suede texture finish and expansive 5.5-inch full-view display will handle all of your entertainment needs. Available at Cricket Wireless and AlcatelOnyx.com.
Are you ready for a new car? Are you set on getting a great deal? Then now's the time to get to Toyota's Ready, Set, Go sales event, where you can take advantage of incredible deals like low leases and huge factory cashback offers on many of our most popular models, including the all-new RAV4, a top new Tacoma, a sporty Camry, and more. So ready, set, go. See your Southern California Toyota dealer today, or visit buyatoyota.com for all current offers.
Buying a car is a big deal. Performance, reliability, safety, there are a lot of factors to consider. Fortunately, there's buyatoyota.com. With buyatoyota.com, you can locate a dealer, compare models, set up a test drive, and check out all current offers. It's the only official site for your Southern California Toyota dealers. So when you're looking to buy a new car, buyatoyota.com.
We make it easy on you.
Toyota, let's go places.
Yeah, just about 15 minutes away from kickoff as the LA Galaxy get set for their second home game of the season. Tonight, the visitors are Minnesota United FC. Well, after missing out on the playoffs the last 2 years, the Loons, they're revamped and really rocking it out of the gates right now with back-to-back away wins over San Jose and Vancouver. New faces Ozzie Alonso, Ike Opara, Jan Gregush, as well as goalkeeper Vito Mannone have really strengthened the defensive spine of this team that has conceded more goals than any other team in its first 2 seasons of existence. After letting in more than 140 over the last 2 years, Opara was added to the back line, along with the French-born right back Romain Metemer and former Seattle Steel man Ozzie Alonso sits in the central midfield alongside the newly acquired Slovakian designated player Jan Gregush. Backstopping it all, of course, the former Arsenal and English Premier League goalkeeper Vito Mannone, who was signed on a season-long loan from Reading. And all of this has given free license to an attack that has really lit up the league right now. 3 goals in each of its first 2 games, led by the pace and ingenuity of the danger man, the Colombian DP Darwin Quintero. The former Club America player is in great form, scoring twice and assisting 3 others. His strike mates, Romario and Miguel Ibarra, as well as Angelo Rodriguez, really add some punch going forward. This also begs a huge question. Who's going to score the goals for the Galaxy tonight? Where will they come from? Chris Pontius filled in at center forward last week, but as he himself stated, really not his natural position, which could help explain the failure to take their chances and a lack of second-half opportunities in Dallas. There was a bright sign, however. 16-year-old Efra Alvarez could play a role tonight after coming off the bench the last 2 games and having a positive influence both against Chicago and coming oh so close, being denied at point-blank range in the second half against FC Dallas. Nevertheless, Guillermo Barros Esqueloto is hoping to find the answer and really needs someone to step up tonight. The Galaxy's defense has a huge task on its hands as well. His newly signed Diego Polenta has had a real rough start to life here in Major League Soccer, committing 2 major errors, and the defensive line has shown signs of the fragility and self-inflicted misery that it has displayed over the last 2 seasons. You add to that a midfield that has failed to provide cover for the back 4, and the Galaxy need to find solidity if they want to take something positive out of this one tonight. Folks, this is not the same Minnesota United that we saw the last 2 years. They are revamped, retooled, and ready for the playoffs as they look for their first ever win against the Galaxy in 5 meetings. We shall see what happens. We're going to take another quick break. Keep it right here on Galaxy Radio. When we return, we'll break it all down. We'll have a look at the starting 11s right after this. Stay with us, everybody.
Over the course of a single game, LA Galaxy players will spend 90 minutes fighting for the ball, going on goal, sprinting, sliding, jogging backwards, running almost 7 miles, while maintaining an average heart rate of 160 beats per minute. And they'll perform at this world-class level 31 times a year, powered by Herbalife Nutrition, the official nutrition company of the LA Galaxy. To power up like a pro, contact your Herbalife independent distributor or visit Herbalife.com today.
Dignity Health is the official health care partner of the LA Galaxy at Dignity Health Sports Park. Our doctors and nurses look for the healing effects of human kindness every day at our Southern California hospitals. St. Mary in Long Beach, Northridge Hospital, California Hospital in downtown LA, St. Bernardine, and Community Hospital of San Bernardino. Learn about emergency services, healthcare, and healthy babies at dignityhealthcare.org/SoCal.
Senores, let's celebrate with a cold Modelo Especial. Those who remain true to their roots. Those who never forget their real friends, no matter how far they go in life. Let's celebrate the everyday rewards with Modelo. That Modelo Especial that remains true to its quality and taste since 1925. Modelo Especial. Serve responsibly. Modelo Especial beer, imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
At Southern New Hampshire University, we have just one goal: your success. As the official education partner of the LA Galaxy, we're dedicated to helping the entire LA Galaxy family succeed, and that includes their fierce, die-hard fans. Choose from over 200 online degree programs and gain the skills and expertise you need to succeed in your field. Visit snhu.edu/LA Galaxy.
Are you ready for a new car? Are you set on getting a great deal? Then now's the time to get to Toyota's Ready, Set, Go sales event, where you can take advantage of incredible deals like low leases and huge factory cashback offers on many of our most popular models, including the all-new RAV4, a top new Tacoma, a sporty Camry, and more. So ready, set, go. See your Southern California Toyota dealer today, or visit buyatoyota.com for all current offers.
Buying a car is a big deal. Performance, reliability, safety, there are a lot of factors to consider. Fortunately, there's buyatoyota.com. With buyatoyota.com, you can locate a dealer, compare models, set up a test drive, and check out all current offers. It's the only official site for your Southern California Toyota dealers. So when you're looking to buy a new car, buyatoyota.com. We make it easy on you. Toyota, let's go places.
And welcome back to the Dignity Health Sports Park here in Garcia, California, just 10 minutes away from kickoff for the second home game of the season for the LA Galaxy, a depleted LA Galaxy without the services of two of their three designated players. No Zlatan Ibrahimovic as well as Roman Alessandrini for the second game running. The only DP to feature tonight will be Jonathan Dos Santos in a holding role in the center of the park. Time now to take a look at the starting lineups presented by Casa Modelo, home of Especial and Negra quality beers since 1925. And we begin with the LA Galaxy. They're going to go with the same back five that we've seen the first couple of games. Bingham in between the pipes with Diego Polenta as well as Danny Steris anchoring in the center of midfield. In the center of defense with Rolf Felcher wide on the right-hand side. Coming in at left back is Jürgen Skjelbeck, who played the entirety of 2018 in the center of defense. In central midfield, it will be Jonathan Dos Santos along with Joe Corona, who makes his home Major League Soccer debut after signing just 9 days ago from Liga MX side Cholos. Wide on the right is going to be Ima Boateng. Wide on the left is going to be Chris Pontius, and this is where things get very interesting. Playing just underneath will be Sebastian Lletget, who will be wearing a mask tonight after breaking his nose last week at FC Dallas. And in this rejigged formation, the big wrinkle has Uriel Antuna, the young player who was signed on loan from Manchester City. He's been playing wide on the left-hand side. He's been absolutely magnificent, arguably the most dangerous player for the Galaxy so far this young season. He gets a chance to start in a center forward role that was occupied last week by Chris Pontius. The Galaxy, a team that looked rather toothless despite generating several chances against FCD. They need more spit and polish in the final third. They want to do some damage against the back line that's coming off their first clean sheet of the season. Time now to take a look at the way things line up for Minnesota United SC. Manager Adrian Heath did not travel with the side. He is out with illness, so Mark Watson takes charge. However, for the third game running, it's going to be the same 11 that we saw in the first two games. Victories over Vancouver as well as San Jose. Vito Manone, the 31-year-old Italian in between the pipes, makes his first trip to Los Angeles. French-born right back Romain Montaner alongside Aiko Para, Michael Boxall, the New Zealand international, as well as Francisco Calvo, who spent a lot of time playing in central defense last year. Like Skjelbeck, he'll revert to a more natural left-sided role. Straight up 4-4-2 set up tonight. Miguel Ibarra, the USA international, a bit of a homecoming for him after being raised in Lancaster, will play wide on the right. Right on the left will be the Finnish international Rasmus Schüller. And in the center of the park, the two new additions, Ozzy Alonso, who comes over after 10 years with Seattle. He'll form that partnership with Jan Greguš, who will get more license to get forward. The Slovakian has been absolutely magnificent, and his free kick last week resulting in an own goal by San Jose defender Harold Cummings. Up top, though, perhaps the player of the season so far, just 2 games into the campaign, designated player Darwin Quintero, signed, of course, from Club America back in March of last year. He's been a revelation, scoring 11 times with 15 assists in last year's campaign, already having a hand in 5 of the 6 goals so far. He likes to hover in between the lines, but he has electric pace that can unhinge any back four. He'll be in support of Romario Ibarra, who was recently called up for Ecuador's friendly on Friday in San Diego against the United States. The Ecuadorian has accounted for 1 goal and 1 assist. Of course, you may remember he did score here last year in that 2-2 draw for Minnesota United FC against the Galaxy on August 11th. So there you have it. First team news is in. If it ain't broke, don't fix it for Minnesota United FC, a team that is riding high, 6 goals scored, just 2 goals allowed, and already coming off their first ever clean sheet on the road, a team that has 2 new defenders in the center of the park in Ike Opara, as well as Romain Martiner, who actually will play a little bit wider on the right. But so far, Opara has been the perfect tonic for defense last year that really struggled, conceding more goals than the LA Galaxy did at over 70 per clip. So indeed, a lot of room for improvement, and that's exactly what their target is. We shall see what's in store for the Galaxy. Remember, still looking for their first clean sheet after a 2-1 defeat of Chicago on opening day, but it was a performance kind of riddled with fragility, letting in some silly goals. Diego Polenta, the newly acquired Uruguayan defender, still not finding his feet, but remember, he was not playing football for about 6 months without a club after last appearing with Nacional down in Uruguay. We'll see how he acquits himself. It's a huge night tonight for the Galaxy. A lot of questions, and now Guillermo Barros Esqueloto, the Argentinian manager, is looking for the answers. Will he get them, of course, from his new man Uriel Antuna? Well, the spotlight now on the youngster. We'll see if he can produce. A big night for the Galaxy as well as for Minnesota United SC. We're going to take another quick break. However, keep it right here on Galaxy Radio when we return. It's the first half kickoff. LA and Minnesota next.
LA Galaxy is presented by Herbalife. Nutrition for a better life. SNHU. See yourself succeed at snhu.edu. And Toyota. Let's go places.
What you doing, Dad?
Just adding to my Shasta Can Pyramid, son. A monument to the awesomest moments of my life. Here's the Tiki Punch from Summer Vacation 92. Oh, and the can of black cherry from the day you were born.
Can I help?
Sure, kiddo.
No. Oh, boy.
And these are the Shastas as the day we started rebuilding my Shasta Pyramid. Shasta, family trusted since 1889.
And there when you celebrate life's moments.
It has to be Shasta.
Want more for less? Spectrum Mobile delivers. Grab your wireless bill to compare and see how you can save up to 40% a month with our unlimited data plan for $45 a line, or our buy the gig plan for $14 a gig, all with free nationwide talk and text. Call 855-535-7732. Get Spectrum Mobile today. Call 855-535-7732. Savings based on comparison of single-line unlimited plans amongst major national carriers as of 10/21/18. Visit Spectrum.com for offer restrictions and details.
Hey, LA Galaxy fans, get ready for a season of winning. And winning at San Manuel Casino. With over 4,700 slot machines, San Manuel Casino has the most slots in Southern California. And in the month of March, you can ride away in a brand new Corvette Grand Sport convertible with drawings every Thursday night in March. San Manuel Casino. All thrill. Details at sanmanuel.com. Must be 21. Please gamble responsibly.
Alcatel, the official smartphone partner of LA Galaxy, presents Onyx, a smartphone with the latest tech features at a great price. Enjoy sharp photos with dual rear cameras, enhanced security features with fingerprint and facial recognition, up to 32 gigabytes of storage, and the battery built to last. This beautifully designed smartphone with suede texture finish and expansive 5.5-inch full-view display will handle all of your entertainment needs. Available at Cricket Wireless and AlcatelOnyx.com.
Are you ready for a new car? Are you set on getting a great deal? Then now's the time to get to Toyota's Ready, Set, Go sales event, where you can take advantage of incredible deals like low leases and huge factory cashback offers on many of our most popular models, including the all-new RAV4, a top new Tacoma, a sporty Camry, and more. So ready, set, go. See your Southern California Toyota dealer today, or visit buyatoyota.com for all current offers.
Buying a car is a big deal. Performance, reliability, safety, there are a lot of factors to consider. Fortunately, there's buyatoyota.com. With buyatoyota.com, you can locate a dealer, compare models, set up a test drive, and check out all current offers. It's the only official site for your Southern California Toyota dealers. So when you're looking to buy a new car, buyatoyota.com.
We make it easy on you.
Toyota, let's go places.
LA Galaxy is presented by Toyota. Let's go places.
And welcome back to Dignity Health Sports Park here in Carson. Live tonight, it's the LA Galaxy getting set to lock horns with Minnesota United FC for the first of two meetings between these two this season. Well, this is the fifth time that these two have tangled. The Galaxy have had pretty good hunting against them. 3 wins in the previous 4 games. The only time they did drop points was last August, however, in that 2-2 draw, when MNUSC managed to twice battle back from a goal down, despite first half goal from Roman Alessandrini, as well as a second half strike from Sebastian Lletget. The Galaxy looking to stay unbeaten, therefore, against Minnesota United FC, but they've revamped and retooled. We'll see what kind of a performance we'll get. Remember, this is a team that's playing its first 5 games away from home, as their new stadium, Allianz Field, will not be available until April 13th, when they get set to open up against NYC FC. What kind of an effort will we see from the Galaxy? Of utmost importance right now is the health of this team. Without the services of Zlatan Ibrahimovic, Roman Alessandrini, as well as Perry Kitchen, they need a good performance. Even though they did get a decent result, a good result on opening day with that 2-1 win over Chicago, there were a lot of chinks in the armor. It wasn't the best 90 minutes, but enough to get the result. They were found out last week, however, after a decent, well-played first half. A second half collapse saw the Galaxy dominated in possession and a midfield that was overrun. How will Jonah Dos Santos, Joe Corona, as well as Sebastian Lletget forge that understanding? Remember, this is just their second time playing together. They have not had a chance to train too much, as Corona was just signed 9 days ago, while Sebastian Lletget spent much of the preseason with the U.S. men's national team and with injury. It will be Minnesota United FC, the Loons as they are known, in the great Midwest, donning the gray strip, attacking the goal to the south end, and the Galaxy in their home white, looking for pastures anew and better results. We shall see what is in store. Week 3 of Major League Soccer, as the curtain rises here at Dignity Health Sports Park. Referee tonight is the experienced Jair Marufo, now in his 18th season, recently refereeing the 2018 FIFA Club World Cup final between Real Madrid and Al Ain in Abu Dhabi. An all-Western Conference affair, as Marufo gives a quick check of the watch. The smoke clears, and the Galaxy looking to bounce back and forge a good response. It's week 3 as the curtain raises. We are underway, and Minnesota United will kick us off, attacking, as I mentioned, the south end goal. And right down the right-hand side, trying to find Miguel Ibarra. Nicely cut out by Diego Polenta, who's come under heavy criticism by fans and media after committing some catastrophic errors the past 2 games, chiefly amongst them a back pass, as well as committing a penalty, or giving away a penalty against FC Dallas last week. Still trying to settle in. Here's Schielbeck linking up nicely with Uriel Antuna, who's playing the center forward role tonight in the absence of Ibrahimovic, with a new position perhaps for Chris Pontius. We'll see how it shakes out. Certainly expect it to be more of a fluid situation with those two swapping duties. Wide on the right, good cross from Rolf Felcher, and it's dealt with just enough here by the Loons, and it'll come out for a Galaxy throw deep into the attacking third. So a bright start by Los Angeles. Jonah Dos Santos wearing the captain's armband in the absence of Zlatan Ibrahimovic. They'll push it out wide for Rolf Felcher, the Swiss-born Venezuelan right back. Not called up for the international break as Jonah Dos Santos belts one in, and Chris Pontius, a glancing header, really didn't generate enough power, and easily covered up by Vito Manone in that Minnesota goal. Positive start, though, for LA. But more of the same from what we saw. Pontius just really not making good enough contact to trouble the Minnesota United goalkeeper. Brought down to the center circle by Sebastian Lletget, who's tripped up. The Galaxy, though, keeping possession. Pontius, who's changed numbers this year, going from the number 19 to number 12. And looks as though he's just playing a little bit wider on the right, a role that he says is more natural for him, despite breaking into the league 10 years ago as a center forward for DC United. Wide on the left-hand side, and Skjelbæk's gotten in behind. The right fullback pulls it back across. Lovely ball from the Norwegian left fullback, but no one arriving on the end of it. And down goes Ozzy Alonso, and a free kick for Minnesota. My goodness, what a bright start here. The Galaxy with something to prove early on. They need a good start. They want a good start. They got that last week. Several chances went begging. Rolf Feltscher hitting the crossbar. Uriel Antuna's cross into that far post as well, and several series of missed opportunities. Really saw the Galaxy unlucky not to have at least 2 or 3 by halftime against FC Dallas. So the free kick taken off the head of Jonah Dos Santos inside the Galaxy half. It'll be tracked down by Rolf Feltscher wide on his right-hand side. Feltscher trying to play it down the line. It skips past Pontius, and Antuna, who's flared out wide. It's going to be a real fluid front line. We'll see how Minnesota can cope with this movement of the Galaxy. Such a different dimension than with Antuna in there in the replacement of Chris Pontius as well as Ibrahimovic. Brings a little bit more pace up top, but certainly the Galaxy really sorely missing the presence of their Swedish designated player, Ibrahimovic. Feltscher now ventures into the Minnesota half. Trying to drop that shoulder, skins one defender, pokes it right past Ozzy Alonso. Pontius, this is good football. Lletget pulls it across. Wonderful build-up play from the Galaxy, this time on the right-hand side. Didn't they do well? Lletget, of course, still suffering from that broken nose after he was given a pop last week at Dallas. It's going to be a corner kick, the first of the evening tonight for LA. So a bright beginning. They're finding some success down the flanks already with the likes of Skjelbæk as well as Rolf Feltscher. Joe Corona now will get set to take this corner kick. Raised in San Diego. The Galaxy had been in pursuit of him for a number of years, and Dennis Teclosa, sporting director for the Galaxy, finally got his man. It sets up for Skjelbæk, and once again the Galaxy with a great chance. Skjelbæk took it on the volley, but failed to steer it on target as it goes wide of Vito Manone's goal. And they're getting that penetration, LA, and that's one of those signs of positivity. But as I mentioned, just looking for a little more cutting edge inside the penalty area. Possession has been really an Achilles heel. Dominated by FC Dallas, who had 67% of it last weekend. Just edged out by Chicago in the first game, and the Galaxy have a man down. It's Rolf Feltscher. Just took a niggling little challenge. So Jair Marufo will consult. Mark Watson, of course, the acting head coach tonight for Minnesota, with Adrian Heath back in Minneapolis right now, following a double root canal which got infected. Had a 105-degree temperature this week, was not at training, and was not deemed fit enough to travel with the team, even though he wanted to come. Doctors ruled him out. Polenta going in search of a nice ball over the top for Chris Pontius, but Manone all the way to the edge of his penalty area. A quick pitch out for Calvo. Here's Alonso now, and Minnesota looking to build something of substance here for the first time. Already 6 minutes in, and it's a little careless as Opara has to step forward from the back four. They'll push it out wide on the right-hand side, and here's the French fullback, Métanire, who plays his international football for Madagascar. The first Malagasy player to feature in Major League Soccer in its 24-year history. Into the Galaxy half, Quintero finally gets his first touch for Miguel Ibarra, who's got some space on the right. Good block on the cross, though, from Diego Polenta, and it will be the first corner for the Loons. Trying to carve out some legitimate scoring opportunities. Minnesota looking for their first goal from a corner situation this season. The Galaxy have yet to concede from a corner in their first 2 games, so they'll have to be resolute. They'll bring up the likes of Ike Opar, who's made a living from these situations. The MLS Defender of the Year a couple of years ago. Dangerous in the air. Fine delivery in from Gregush. It pops up. Calvo can't get to it. It's flicked over the goal. Dangerous moment there, but not a bad effort from Romario Ibarra. The Ecuadorian showing a little bit of the flair from his namesake. Of course, the famous Brazilian striker Romario. I tell you, if you got a name like Romario, you better be scoring some goals. Here's Miguel Ibarra trying to go up and over the top, and does good movement here from Romario Ibarra, and it's nicely tended to by Daniel Steres. Minnesota now with their second corner. Steres doing a good job of coming over from his right center back position to cover for his partner Diego Polenta. Those two, remember, just playing their 3rd match together. They did have the entirety of preseason, but trying to form that understanding. I'm sure Danny Steres learning a bit more Spanish these days as well. So the Slovakian Jan Gregush on the 8th. Looking to carve open this Galaxy defense. Good delivery, the punch from Bingham, and headed clear by Jonathan Dos Santos. And here is Uriel Antuna off to the races right now, trying to head this team in the right direction on the counterattack. It's Antuna, the young Mexican, plays wide to the right for the Venezuelan Rolf Felcher, who waits for the cavalry to arrive, supported nicely by Pontius. Chance that had gone begging is Minnesota just got a foot in. Heavy touch in the end that time from Antuna. Not his natural position, remember, but the Galaxy very short of options at the center forward spot with all the injuries and such, and the departure of Ola Camara. Here's Jonathan Santos. Not a bad effort there from the Mexico international, claiming the deflection, and he's going to get it. So LA will have their second. Remember, Jonathan called up for a series of friendlies for Mexico. He'll be featuring against Chile coming up on Friday in San Diego for El Tri, as well as the following Tuesday up in Santa Clara at Levi Stadium to take on Paraguay. Sebastian Lletget also called into the U.S. camp for their friendlies against Chile and Ecuador. Second corner on the outswinger and dealt with nicely by Minnesota United. An audacious volley sent out of play by Jonathan Dos Santos. Ill-advised in the end. As they say, you've got to buy a ticket to win the lottery. A lot on the shoulders of Jonathan Dos Santos. Said he was shocked to see that the Galaxy actually bought out his big brother's contract. A lot was made of that just before opening day against Chicago. The LA Galaxy swallowing to the tune of over $6 million as they were in violation of the designated player policy. Here's Sebastian Lletget now. Crisp start here for Los Angeles. Onside for Felcher. Good looking cross whipped in. Nicely dealt with at the back there by Boxall. He doesn't clear. Chance for Corona. Sebastian Lletget moves in. Another brush with disaster, but it's averted by the Loons. Just trying to get a hold of this game in midfield. Is Quintero forced to drop? And this is where he's dangerous. Head up. Plays one long for Romario Ibarra, but underneath it is Daniel Steres, who defended that one very well. Player that's come through the LA Galaxy youth system, one of 8 players, has played for the Galaxy at the lower level to feature at the senior team on this roster. Future is bright, and of course Dennis Tecloza, the new general manager / sporting director, has had a heavy influence in that and built a solid youth foundation with the Mexican Federation. Of course, that lasting after his tenure with Chivas USA. Free kick for Minnesota. Quickly taken by Ozzy Alonso. Gregush. Near side for Metanea. Metanea, one of the 5 players called into international duty, along with Francisco Calvo of Costa Rica, Romario Ibarra, as well as Gregush and Rasmus Schüller, the Finnish winger. Part of the Finland campaign in the qualification for Euro 2020. Back to the feet of David Bingham, and the Galaxy trying to take some of the sting. They've started well in terms of possession. That was one of the focal points this week during training for Coach Guillermo Barros Esqueloto. A little careless at times on the road against Dallas, but when you come home to the cozy confines of your home stadium, with a very well manicured surface tonight, I might add, it makes things all that much easier. Minnesota having a tough time maintaining any semblance of possession as it's won back by Corona. Steres flicks, and here is Felcher in full flight. Wide on the right-hand side at midfield, supported nicely by Sebastian Lletget. Running into the headstrong Ozzy Alonso, who's never shied away from a tackle during his 10 years in Major League Soccer. The Galaxy have broken the lines. It's come forward for Emmanuel Boateng, leads it wide on the left, flag down, and Schilbeck's cross is plucked away that time by Vito Mannone. Positive build-up play, and the Galaxy looking dangerous on the counter-attack once again. Schilbeck has really gotten forward with free license here. Clear to see he's much more comfortable playing as a left fullback than he is in the center defense, where he spent the entirety of 2018 for Ziggy Schmid as well as Dom Kinnear. So Minnesota right back at it as Romario Ibarra just loses his footing. Well won that time by Steres, who gives it away to Ozzy Alonso. Just past the midfield line. They've been coming to the stadium since it opened up 16 years ago, and I can't remember the last time I saw the grass in such great condition. A tip of the hat to the groundskeeping staff here at Dignity Health Sports Park. And a nice ball forward from Metanere, but unfortunately his cross entirely overhit for Romario Ibarra. Too much power from the Malagasy international. Taking the reins for Eric Miller on the right-hand side of that Minnesota United defense. And the Galaxy, as we mentioned, turning the tables in terms of possession with 67% of it already here in the first 14 minutes. Oh, yeah, I got promos to do. I forgot about those. I'm rusty. Here comes Antuna, foraging away on his own on the right-hand side. Quick throw for the Galaxy, and Rolf Felcher has been the better of the two. Of course, Guillermo Barros Esqueloto, assisted by Dom Kinnear, as well as his twin brother Gustavo, noted hard man, tough tackling Argentine for a number of years down in the Argentina Primera División. Here's Pontius on the right-hand side, well closed down by Boxall. Another throw for LA. Fans be there for every must-see Galaxy moment in 2019. As an LA Galaxy season ticket member, season ticket members do receive plenty of opportunities. Best seats, the best rates, members-only events, exclusive access to Galaxy players and alumni, and much, much more. Season ticket memberships, of course. Well, they start as low as $17 per match to purchase. Or for more info, visit lagalaxy.com/since96. And here come the Galaxy, attacking once again. Central, it's Lletget, and he gets it all wrong. Just lean back and rock that one high. Had that problem last week, too. Had a couple of half chances inside the box against Dallas, but failed to put any of them on target. Some nice flair from Rolf Felcher. Down the right, he's really started brightly. One of the better performing fullbacks in Major League Soccer in this young season. Forward by Pontius and claimed by Ozzy Alonso, who will defer to Vito Mannone, and the Minnesota goalkeeper gives it a ride. Claimed by Rasmus Schuller, who hasn't had too many touches tonight. The Finn links up with the Colombian DP, Quintero. Dispossessed, though, nicely by Jonathan Dos Santos. Playing that number 6 role. It's a big ask of him to do that solo. He's got some help from Corona. And Corona bundled over that time by Miguel Ibarra. The Galaxy quick on the restart as the crowd erupts, imploring their team to get forward. The captain, Jonah Dos Santos, wide. Acres of space for Rolf Felcher, supported by Jonathan Dos Santos, and not the best of balls in. And it drops to the feet of Quintero. Places it wide to midfield, and here comes Romario Ibarra with license to roam and plenty of real estate in front of him. It's Romario Ibarra firing, and just wide. No one closing down Ibarra. Has given acres of space there. And David Bingham having some words with Daniel Steres saying, hey, you've got to close him. Ibarra coming close, but not quite close enough. You can see the Ecuadorian, he's the danger man. Puts it on that right boot and fires at the top of the penalty area, but lacked the accuracy to beat David Bingham, who faced more shots than any other goalkeeper last year in Major League Soccer, David Bingham, having to tend to 186. He did well, though, producing the second most saves in MLS, only behind Montreal's Evan Bush. Bingham, of course, tallying 121 saves in the 2018 campaign, which saw the Galaxy miss out on the playoffs for a second consecutive year on the very last day in a second-half collapse against the Houston Dynamo. Metanel tries to link up with Quintero, misclear from Polenta. And Ibarra trying to play it, Romani Ibarra, but it's broken up. Danny Steres, and it will be knocked back on the header. A little unorthodox that time from Chris Pontius, but enough to get the job done and held by David Bingham. Now in his second season after 7 years in San Jose. Has really looked the part, featured in each and every game last year. Did David Bingham. Really grew into the position after some question marks. He was ousted as the #1 in San Jose midway through the 2017 campaign. Sebastian Lletget dropping into midfield. Corona switching wide on the left-hand side. Here's Sjelbeck now, who's done really well. Oh, a little careless, though. Commentator's curse. Just loses it on the touch. Perhaps a little casual that time for the Norwegian. And a foul trying to win it back. Look at Sjelbeck enjoying his soccer right now with the Galaxy. A 27-year-old Norway international. Not called up for the European Championship qualifiers. Remember, the Galaxy and most of Major League Soccer off next week due to the international break. Galaxy will return to action in a couple of weeks at the end of the month here at the Dig against the Timbers of Portland. Here's Alonso. One of the better performing #6s over the last 2 years, and a big part of why Seattle Sounders managed to win MLS Cup in 2016. Actually went to 2 MLS Cup finals with the Sounders, losing to Toronto FC in 2017. Sjelbeck able to win it back. Alonso, though, intercepts Schiller. Supported left-hand side by Francisco Calvo, and the Costa Rican. First time we've seen him get forward. Tough ball for Quintero as it was centered, but Colombian has it ricochet off his right boot. Galaxy boot it downfield. Opara with the misclear, though. Cleaned up by Metanel, who links up with Miguel Ibarra, who grew up in Lancaster. Actually, a second stint. Miguel Ibarra with Minnesota United FC was with the previous incarnation of this team when it was in the North American Soccer League. Here's Lletget operating centrally, trying to form that understanding. The base of midfield with Jonathan Dos Santos and Gil Corona playing a little higher right now, just underneath the likes of Uriel Antuna. Well, Felcher, meanwhile, wide on the right-hand side for Sebastian Lletget, who's gotten in behind. Lletget's done really well into the penalty area, centers it, and it's cut out nicely by Opara. On the turn, Chris Pontius winds one up, deflects out, and the Galaxy will get their third corner of the evening. LA Galaxy fans, save time and skip the lines of the new LA Galaxy app. With the Galaxy app, fans can purchase concessions and merchandise directly from their seat. Download the Galaxy app on the iTunes and at Google Play stores today. Corner kick #3. Pontius delivers. Opara rises first to meet it. And Polenta will send it out of play. Nothing of consequence right now for the Galaxy. Corner kick situations. They scored 1 goal already of a corner situation against Chicago. We'll see what they can conjure up tonight. They'll take goals right now any the way they can get it. Daniel Steres on the heading end of a flick from Efra Alvarez in the second half against the Fire a couple of weeks ago here at the Dig, as the Galaxy came back from a goal down to record that 2-1 win. Jonathan Dos Santos for Joe Corona. Pontius trying to flick it through, and down goes Jonathan Dos Santos, or rather Sebastian Lletget, who's really been taking his lumps lately. Good football, good soccer here, whatever you want to call it, from Los Angeles, as Corona sends it through. The flick from Pontius, and Lletget brought to ground by Calvo, who's lucky not to have been booked for that one. So we'll see what they draw up. It's about 22 yards out off the right corner of the penalty area. Jonathan Dos Santos sizing up this opportunity, and it may favor a right footer if they try and swing it out to that far post. He confers with Sebastian Lletget, the two internationals who have been called up to their respective national teams. And it looks as though it may be their Galaxy captain, Jonathan Dos Santos. Right off the training ground on the 1-2, out comes the keeper. Manone misses it. Polenta on the opposite side of the penalty area, trying to conjure up something positive, and does. Not a bad delivery, but it's headed away once again by Opara, who's a ubiquitous presence today. He's popping up at the right place at the right time. Polenta, not a bad looking cross. Rising to meet it was Chris Pontius, who nearly did so. Really showed some athleticism. Unfortunately for the Galaxy, a little too blunt-edged. Polenta giving Akers the space to cross from this left-hand side. Put in a rope of a ball, but just past the likes of Pontius, who may have infringed on Daniel Steres' vision to see that one, and Steres' header goes out of play without it being steered on target. Really good beginning here as we hit the midpoint of half number one. Happy to have you along on Galaxy Radio. I'm Christian Miles, and so far so good for Los Angeles. They've dominated proceedings, dominated possession, the better of the chances, but nothing to show for their efforts just yet. Here's Antuna, who's been quiet in that central role up top. Alonso just gets a foot in before Daniel Steres heads it forward, and it will drop out of bounds for a play, or rather a throw-in for Rolf Feltscher. Pontius. Feltscher trying to work his way down the right before possession given away, but it's won back by Antuna, who does well to drop back. Not a lot of Darwin Quintero tonight, but the Minnesota front line has been starved for service as the Galaxy have really put the chokehold in central midfield. It comes out wide on the right into the Minnesota half for Chris Pontius on the twist, right past Alonso as he drags it back, supported by Feltscher. Just on the edge of the penalty area, Feltscher drops that shoulder and overhits the delivery. Shellbeck gets underneath it, and a looping header easily corralled by Vito Manone. Held all kinds of promise. That final ball just didn't have the right trajectory, however, from Rolf Feltscher. Promising play from these fullbacks tonight, though, from LA, both Rolf Feltscher as well as Jürgen Shellbeck. Is having some discussions with some members of the media and voicing some concerns about the pace of Shellbeck. He hasn't really shown any vulnerability there early on this young season. Jonathan Dos Santos now. Sebastian Lletget dropping into a deeper role. Nice triangles developing within that trio. Good football here, and the Galaxy starting to percolate. It's clicking. Lletget wide for Shellbeck. We'll need some options. Already with 10 behind it are Minnesota. Shellbeck's ball, bullet of a cross, and it's cut out by Ozzy Alonso. Headed forward for Ima Boateng, who has a heavy first touch. It drifts over the byline. It will be a goal kick for Minnesota. You'll remember Minnesota, a team that struggled on the road last year, just one win and 14 defeats. They've already doubled the amount of wins in their first two games in the entirety of 2018 that saw them take, of course, just 5 points from 17 games on their travels, also failing to make the playoffs, like the Galaxy, for a second consecutive season. A little bit more excusable in their situation, in their case, because this is a team, of course, playing its first season in MLS 2 years ago. 71 goals allowed, second worst in Major League Soccer last year, equal with San Jose. Not showing any signs of that vulnerability, but it's Lletget. He's gotten in between the midfield and defensive line, fires made straight, and Vito Mannone. It's a wonderful piece of skill from Lletget to turn past the midfield, found that pocket, and able to let rip from about 22 yards centrally before he was closed down. It's a real savvy professional, Lletget, and you just get the sense that he's really starting to come into his own. And that devastating freak injury in the lead up to the World Cup qualification. Missed out on a large spell, but slowly but surely getting back to his best. Felcher, meanwhile, continues his good play on the right-hand side, driving one into the center of the penalty area where Minnesota promptly dispatch of it. It's come out wide for Ima Boateng, who's drifted on the left-hand side. He's got the overlap from Schielbeck. Good football from Ima. Just needs a little bit more of a better end product. Schielbeck's cross right on the money, and it's set up nicely, and Pontius's header sails high. He's got to put that on target, and that will be going down as a chance that wasn't taken by Chris Pontius. It's a beautiful ball played in from Jurgen Schielbeck, spot on with a cross. And he just rose a little bit late, did Pontius, as his header goes high. Disappointing in the end for the former DC United man. So back the other way as Diego Polenta tracks down the goal kick from Vito Mannone. Defense hasn't had much to do tonight for LA, and that will suit Coach Schelotto just fine. Back to Bingham. What a bright beginning this is, and the Galaxy supporters, they want a good performance as much as they want a result. This has been a very good first half, but nothing to show for it. Up for Romario Ibarra. He's got his namesake Miguel. Flag is down just inside the box. Miguel Ibarra crosses, and it's nicely headed away by Felcher on the volley, and it's hit with plenty of pace by Gregush. But he couldn't steer it on target well high from the Slovakian. Soccer fans, the 2019 MLS season is here. Join 27,000 other Galaxy fans coming up in 2 weeks on Sunday, March 31st at 6 p.m. to watch Zlatan Ibrahimovic, Jonathan Dos Santos, Sebastian Lletget, and the rest of the Galaxy take on the Portland Timbers right here at Dignity Health Sports Park. Tickets start as low as $20. Secure yours now at lagalaxy.com/tickets. So a throw in here on the left-hand side for Schielbeck, who goes back to Diego Polenta. Very close to the halfway line. Jonathan Dos Santos dropping in behind the central defender. Here's Sebastian Lletget looking to carry into the Minnesota half. Joe Corona now. Corona and Lletget really swapping roles in support of Jonathan Dos Santos, who will be that out-and-out number 6 or defensive midfield shield in front of that defensive back 4. Here's Diego Polenta, who's taken the number 3 number from Ashley Cole, who departed the club after 2 good years of service. Here's Schielbeck, who's taken up Ashley Cole's left-hand sided role. He goes down. The referee not interested in the penalty at all. It was physical defending on this right-hand side by Rodman Metsoner, who brought the Norwegian down on the approach. Another look. Faced him up, and Metsoner comes in from behind, and I've seen penalties given for less, and I'd be surprised if the video assistant referee does not have a look at that. It doesn't. Daniel Radford, the man in the booth tonight. Remember, the 4 criterion are red cards, mistaken identity, goals, and penalty kicks. Not ruled a penalty, so not viewed. Meanwhile, Darwin Quintero goes right back to work. Can he conjure up something positive here for the Loons? supported on that left-hand side from Calvo. Here's Gregush in the central area. Switches right to the right-hand side for the fullback, Metanire. Brings it down, Metanire's cross. Just off the foot of Quintero. High line here from Los Angeles as it's cleared away by Steres. He's featured in all 3 games alongside Polenta this season. Steres, the preferred partner for Dave Romney, once Dominic Kinnear took the reins from Ziggy Schmidt for the last 7 or 8 games last year and really tightened things up at the back. I have not seen any of Dave Romney this young season. Jair Marufo spotting the foul. We're getting a chance to take another look at it here, and the foul committed just inside the penalty area by Metanire, and on replay, tell you what, it wouldn't have been a rash call for Jair Marufo to have pointed to the penalty spot. Guillermo Barros Esqueloto not too pleased, and that is what he is pleading. Meanwhile, Romario Ibarra on the edge of the box before he's dispossessed by Rolf Felcher. Good team defending by the Galaxy. And here is Sebastian Lletget walking that tightrope far side. Squeezes it up for Uriel Antuna. It's a 2v5 as Antuna will need some attacking support. It's the young Mexican wheeling and dealing, leaving it for Boateng, who has a lot of work to do in front of him, just outside on the right-hand side of that penalty area. Lletget arrives in support on that late run. The move may have gone for the Galaxy, but it's Felcher for Boateng. Held all kinds of promise. The cross in for Pontius, trying to bring it down. Antuna, he goes down. Everybody looks to the spot. Lletget denied off the line, and Jair Marufo has pointed to the penalty spot. The Galaxy will have their first penalty kick of the season. It was Ozzy Alonso bringing down Uriel Antuna. Took the ball from Pontius, and he's brought him behind, and tough to argue against that call. And the Galaxy will have their first trip to the spot of the 2019 campaign. Ozzy Alonso bringing down Uriel Antuna. And it will be Jonathan Dos Santos stepping up. The Galaxy had 5 penalty attempts last year. They converted on 5 occasions. We'll see if they can keep that perfect mark up. This will be Jonathan Dos Santos, the 27-year-old. And a huge moment for the Galaxy as it's being reviewed by Daniel Radford up in the video assistant referee booth. Highly unlikely that a clear and obvious error will overturn this, because this is about as stonewall a case of a penalty kick as you're going to get. Ozzy Alonso just getting tangled up on the right leg of Uriel Antuna. Youth getting the best of experience on that occasion. And Jair Marufo continues to confer with Diego Polenta and Ima Boateng while this one is being reviewed by the officials. Of course, Marufo in communication with Daniel Radford tonight up in the booth. And a huge blush here for Minnesota United, but the Galaxy rewarded for their persistent attacking. And a long review here from the video assistant referee, or VAR, it is commonly known. This is a huge moment as Guillermo Barros Esqueloto now looking for some clarification from the 4th official tonight, Rami Toushan. And it's going to be a penalty kick. It's upheld by VAR. So the captain, Dos Santos, will get a chance to step forward. And this is a huge moment. The 6'2" Italian against the Mexican, Vito Mannone, up against Jonathan Dos Santos, who steps up and tucks it away. 1-0 to the Galaxy. He took it with authority and powered it past the Italian for the Galaxy's 3rd goal of the campaign, their first tonight. And Los Angeles in command with 10 minutes left in the first half. Tough to argue against the call, unlucky for Alonso, but a clear penalty kick as he brought down Antuna, who was in the act of shooting, and Jonathan Dos Santos straight down the middle as the goalkeeper dives to his left. No doubt about it, Well taken by the Galaxy captain. And just the perfect tonic the Galaxy needed. That will lift their spirits and their confidence here at the Dig. A huge moment for Jonathan Dos Santos. So the Galaxy in command. And what kind of a response will we see from the Loons, who have had a pretty miserable, dire first half, devoid of any chances. Just the one a moment ago from Ibarra, about 10 minutes ago, rather. And we said it well wide. Without that, it's been devoid of anything positive, as this Minnesota midfield has been overrun. I tell you what, it has been night and day for the Galaxy here in the first half compared to that second half outing in Dallas last weekend. And Los Angeles back in possession as Antuna reverts to his wide roll on the right-hand side. Pontius tucking in and does well to win possession back for LA, who are really feeling confident right now. Long square ball. Skjelvik arrives and mishits it, but it's deflected out. Dos Santos trying to volley one forward and intercepted by Rasmus Schüller. Quintero leads it for Ibarra. Flying is down. And here comes the United States international, taking on Skjelvik just on the edge of the Galaxy box. Good defending from Jurgen Skjelvik. Gregush now leads it for Metzener, and it was a bit of a hospital ball, as they say, under it. And little Ima Boateng off to the races now, crossing midfield, supported by Pontius, who locates Felcher wide on the opposite side. Boateng continues his run into the corner, but he's dispossessed. Good piece of defending there from Michael Boxall in the center of that Minnesota United defense. Back to Aiko Para. Really entertaining first half so far. Galaxy looking to keep things as it is. They'd love to record their first clean sheet of the season. This one will sail out of play. Minnesota need to build something positive, and they need it now. Throw in for Romain Metzener. Possession will go to the far side for Minnesota. They haven't any able to string much together tonight as Metzener arrives. Links up nicely with Ibarra, Miguel Ibarra. Quintero, oh, lovely skill from the Colombian. A little bit of a Rabona pass, if you will, around the likes of Sebastian Lletget. Ozzy Alonso, a steal in the center of the park. Quintero just obstructed slightly that time by Jonathan Dos Santos, and it allows Polenta to win it back. Much better defensive outing tonight from Diego Polenta. Big night for him. Tried to dispel the critics, put aside that criticism. It'll fall to his partner, Daniel Steres, part of that LA Galaxy Academy setup. He's come to the system, playing for the Galaxy too. Chris Pontius knocked to the floor, but quick to get up. Polenta will leave it. Here's Joe Corona, who found playing time rather limited south of the border for Xolos, with the new appointment of former Dallas head coach Oscar Pareja. Was deemed surplus to requirements. Long searching ball for Jurgen Skjelvik. Forward now for Ima Boateng to the top of the arc right now. It's played in now, a great chance. It's Rolf Felcher, chips it, Pontius. It's 2-0. Chris Pontius finally gets the breakthrough. 5 minutes from halftime. Felcher to Pontius, and it's 2-0 to Los Angeles. 2 goals in 4 minutes has the Galaxy purring. Chris Pontius with his first goal of the season. Beautifully constructed. Ima Boateng with a lovely ball from Felcher, who crosses it in right off the chest of Chris Pontius. No chance for Vito Mannone. And Pontius, who's come under some fire for a missed chance last week against Dallas and some tonight, atones for his mistake and has Los Angeles comfortably out in front. Well, sports fans, witness the very best Dignity Health Sports Park has to offer from the luxury of a premium seat. Whether entertaining clients or enjoying events with friends and family, Dignity Health Sports Park's premium offerings have you covered. Visit lagalaxy.com/premium for more details regarding event rentals and year-long licenses. So the Galaxy take it over. What a first half here. This is the first half that we saw against FC Dallas, but this time it has the payoff. And here comes Romario Ibarra. Is there an answer here? In the closing moments of half number one, he crosses, takes a deflection off of Jonah Dos Santos. A punch. Interesting decision there from David Bingham. And let Darwin Quintero bearing down. He punches it over the end line, and the Galaxy can see their third corner of the evening. Interesting choice from the Galaxy keeper. Just a misclear that time from Jonathan Dos Santos, and an even worse punch from Bingham. Didn't really cover himself in glory. So Jan Gregus will stand over this corner as he has all evening on the previous two. The Slovakian with a chance to put a dent into this Galaxy lead. 44 on the clock. The header is there from Opara. Just powered past Polenta, but couldn't steer it on target. He is a handful, Opara. I tell you what, big, strong, doesn't mess around. Been one of the better defenders in this league for quite some time. And just manhandled Diego Polenta up and over the back. The Galaxy appeal for the foul, but none was given. And the 6'2" Opara rose well to meet it. Oh, it's a giveaway at the back now, and it's Quintero trying to catch Bingham off his line. Not much conviction in it, though, from the Colombian. He struggled last August here, Darwin Quintero. For a player that comes in on such great form, and rather disappointing first 45 minutes so far from the first ever designated player signed by the Minnesota franchise. Corona now, open space. Pontius has found a pocket. He's met head-on by Boxall, and it'll be a free kick for the Galaxy from about 32 yards out. Remember, the Galaxy, 3 wins in their previous 4 meetings. The only time they dropped points was the last time they tangled here at Dignity Health Sports Park in that 2-2 draw on August 11th. Roman Alessandrini and Sebastian Lletget on target. Michael Boxall and Romario Ibarra twice steering Minnesota back from a goal down. Once again, it's the free kick, and easily sought to by Vito Mannone. A couple of touches there, short pass that time from Dos Santos to Lletget, but even though it's been well rehearsed, nothing coming about. In confirmation from the 4th official tonight, Rami Trushan, that there will be 2 minutes of added on time, which we have entered into here. 46th minute on the clock. Pontius cuts out the cross wide on the left. Here's Ozzy Alonso outside the penalty area trying to center for Darwin Quintero. Brave defending from Polenta. Corner number 4 upcoming right now for Minnesota, and this could be the perfect opportunity to cash in just before the break, and a wonderful time to score for the Loons, who've been outplayed here in the first half. The Galaxy trying to remain resolute. Gregus opposite side. This will suit his right foot nicely here on a possible in-swinger as the Galaxy mark up man for man. No one on that far post, however. Gregus's delivery right into the heart and easily caught by Bingham. Confident take, but routine in the end. Comfortable for David Bingham, 28-year-old. Clean sheets over the last 2 seasons for both LA and San Jose for David Bingham. Offside against Uriel Antuna the other way. Well, the guys can be very happy with this display in the first half. And keep it right here on Galaxy Radio. We'll break it down, take a look back at some of the better performers, as well as some other scores from around a busy day in Major League Soccer. 6 other games besides this one unfolding. Big night for DC United and Wayne Rooney, as well as the Houston Dynamo and the New York Red Bulls. All that and more coming up on our halftime show here on Galaxy Radio. Final minute, just seconds remaining before the allotted 2-minute period of stoppage time is over. Down goes Sebastian Lletget. Or rather, Joe Corona, who is tripped up. Here comes Rolf Felcher, who's really in fine form. Squares for Antuna. Heavy on that first touch. Antuna looking for 3 before Calvo is to the rescue and clears it away, and that's going to do it. A fine first half. The best first half the Galaxy have had in quite a while, surpassing the effort just 1 week ago at FC Dallas when they carved out several opportunities. But this time tonight, they managed to take those chances, dominating possession. The first goal coming after Ozzy Alonso had brought down Uriel Antuna, and subsequently after the video-assisted referee review, Jonathan Dos Santos putting away the Galaxy's first penalty kick of the evening. And then just 4 minutes later, it was Pontius taking a nice cross from Rolf Felcher to double up. And that is where we stand. Keep it right here on Galaxy Radio. Plenty coming up on our halftime show. But after 45 minutes at the Dignity Health Sports Park here in Carson, it's the LA Galaxy 2, Minnesota United FC 0.
LA Galaxy is presented by Toyota. Let's go places.
Over the course of a single game, LA Galaxy players will spend 90 minutes fighting for the ball, going on goal, sprinting, sliding, jogging backwards, running almost 7 miles, while maintaining an average heart rate of 160 beats per minute. And they'll perform at this world-class level 31 times a year, powered by Herbalife Nutrition, the official nutrition company of the LA Galaxy. Power up like a pro. Contact your Herbalife independent distributor or visit Herbalife.com today.
What you doing, Dad?
Just adding to my Shasta Can Pyramid, son. A monument to the awesomest moments of my life. Here's the Tiki Punch from Summer Vacation 92. Oh, and the can of black cherry from the day you were born.
Can I help?
Sure, kiddo.
Oh, boy.
And these are the Shastas as the day we started rebuilding my Shasta Pyramid. Shasta, family trusted since 1889.
And there when you celebrate life's moments.
It has to be Shasta.
Hey, LA Galaxy fans, get ready for a season of winning. And winning at San Manuel Casino. With over 4,700 slot machines, San Manuel Casino has the most slots in Southern California. And in the month of March, you can ride away in a brand new Corvette Grand Sport convertible with drawings every Thursday night in March. San Manuel Casino. All thrill. Details at sanmanuel.com. Must be 21. Please gamble responsibly.
At Southern New Hampshire University, we have just one goal: your success. As the official education partner of the LA Galaxy, we're dedicated to helping the entire LA Galaxy family succeed, and that includes their fierce, die-hard fans. Choose from over 200 online degree programs and gain the skills and expertise you need to succeed in your field. Visit snhu.edu/LA Galaxy.
Are you ready for a new car? Are you set on getting a great deal? Then now's the time to get to Toyota's Ready, Set, Go sales event, where you can take advantage of incredible deals like low leases and huge factory cashback offers on many of our most popular models, including the all-new RAV4, a top new Tacoma, a sporty Camry, and more. So ready, set, go. See your Southern California Toyota dealer today, or visit buyatoyota.com for all current offers.
Buying a car is a big deal. Performance, reliability, safety, there are a lot of factors to consider. Fortunately, there's buyatoyota.com. With buyatoyota.com, you can locate a dealer, compare models, set up a test drive, and check out all current offers. It's the only official site for your Southern California Toyota dealers. So when you're looking to buy a new car, buyatoyota.com.
We make it easy on you.
Toyota, let's go places.
LA Galaxy is presented by Toyota. Let's go places. Shasta. Shasta, the official soft drink of the LA Galaxy. It has to be Shasta.
And we welcome you back to Dignity Health Sports Park here in Carson, California. Night and day for the Los Angeles Galaxy. A rousing, entertaining first 45 minutes of soccer has them up 2-0 over visiting Minnesota United FC. Shasta, the official soft drink of the LA Galaxy, with over 30 great flavors like grapefruit zazz, apple, tiki punch, strawberry, and California Dreamin', Shasta has a flavor for every Galaxy fan. This soccer season, it has to be Shasta. Time now to get you caught up on some of the other scores around Major League Soccer. The Seattle Sounders continue their perfect start, romping over Chicago 4-2. 3 consecutive wins, their best beginning to an MLS campaign in 10 years. Columbus one-upping FC Dallas thanks to Gaston Saro's strike just 10 minutes in, 1-0 over FC Dallas. Houston 3-2 over Vancouver. Memo Rodriguez with a couple, as well as the winner in the 73rd minute. And Red Bull New York, powered by 2 goals from Alex Moyle, 4-1 victors over San Jose, who dropped their 3rd consecutive to begin the campaign. A tough beginning for Matias Almeida, their new head coach. Orlando losing 3-1 at home. 2 strikes from Ignacio Piatti. And how about this, folks? The result of the day so far, Wayne Rooney and DC United absolutely manhandling Real Salt Lake. The Englishman getting his first ever MLS hat trick. DC 5, Real Salt Lake 0. So DC indeed off and running and really picking up right where they left off at the end of the 2018 campaign with a strong start here in 2019. The Galaxy have sputtered slightly out of the gates, powered with that big win against Chicago, but in reality, it really wasn't that convincing of a performance. And after a brave first half against FC Dallas, well, perhaps the positive signs were there, but it was all taken down by a poor second half against FC Dallas. But that's all been wiped aside, because tonight it's been completely new and refreshing here for Los Angeles, going with a rejigged format, a rejigged lineup as of sorts, with Uriel Antunes starting in that striker role with the injuries to both Roman Alessandrini and Zlatan Ibrahimovic. And Antunes, of course, making his manager look like a genius after he earned the penalty kick for Jonathan Dos Santos, who promptly dispatched of it. And just like that, the Galaxy were off and running. That goal really lifted their confidence. You could see it in their demeanor, playing with more positivity and more confidence. And just 4 minutes later, it was Chris Pontius scoring off the chest on that feed from Felcher. Stick around, there's more coming up here on our halftime show on Galaxy Radio, where LA lead it 2-0 over MNU FC.
Dignity Health is the official health care partner of the LA Galaxy at Dignity Health Sports Park. Our doctors and nurses look for the healing effects of human kindness every day at our Southern California hospitals: St. Mary in Long Beach, Northridge Hospital, California Hospital in downtown LA, St. Bernardine, and Community Hospital of San Bernardino. Learn about emergency services, healthcare, and healthy babies at dignityhealthcare.org/SoCal.
Hey, what you doing, guys?
Just remember in the 1980s, I'd sip on a Shasta Diet Grape, shredding at the skate park.
Shasta was around in the 80s?
That's right, Sonny. In fact, Shasta's been around for 130 years.
Wow, Grandpa, that's old.
You know, in my day, I'd enjoy me a Shasta Cherry Cola, listening to my favorite radio program.
What's a radio program? I'm more of a modern kid. I'll stick with my Shasta California Dreamin'.
From generation
to generation.
Celebrating 130 years of flavor.
It has to be Shasta.
Want more for less? Spectrum Mobile delivers. Grab your wireless bill to compare and see how you can save up to 40% a month with our unlimited data plan for $45 a line, or our buy the gig plan for $14 a gig, all with free nationwide talk and text. Call 855-535-7732. Get Spectrum Mobile today. Call 855-535-7732. Savings based on comparison of single-line unlimited plans amongst major national carriers as of 10/21/18. Visit Spectrum.com for offer restrictions and details.
As the official education partner of the LA Galaxy, Southern New Hampshire University celebrates the goal setters and the goal getters, the hard workers, the fighters, and the up all-nighters. At SNHU, we celebrate you. With flexible, affordable online courses and more than 200 programs to choose from, earning your degree is a goal you can achieve. Learn about SNHU's online courses at snhu.edu. Your celebration starts here. Visit snhu.edu.
Are you ready for a new car? Are you set on getting a great deal? Then now's the time to get to Toyota's Ready, Set, Go sales event, where you can take advantage of incredible deals like low leases and huge factory cashback offers on many of our most popular models, including the all-new RAV4, a top new Tacoma, a sporty Camry, and more. So ready, set, go. See your Southern California Toyota dealer today, or visit buyatoyota.com for all current offers.
Buying a car is a big deal. Performance, reliability, safety, there are a lot of factors to consider. Fortunately, there's buyatoyota.com. With buyatoyota.com, you can locate a dealer, compare models, set up a test drive, and check out all current offers. It's the only official site for your Southern California Toyota dealers. So when you're looking to buy a new car, buyatoyota.com. We make it easy on you. Toyota, let's go places.
LA Galaxy is presented by Toyota. Let's go, please.
After a very pleasing first half, goals from Jonathan Dos Santos from the penalty spot as well as Chris Pontius, both getting their first strikes of the season. That is positive news because this is a Galaxy team. A lot of the questions were who was going to score the goals with Roman Alessandrini as well as Zlatan Ibrahimovic out with injury. Well, they have got their answer, and now manager Guillermo Barros Esqueloto is looking like a genius right now, going with a revamped attack right now featuring Uriel Antuna in the attack. But let's give some praise to the defense, which has not conceded too many chances. As we take a look at our first half stats, only one shot on target relinquished by this LA Galaxy defense. 5 shots in all for MNUFC, but how about going forward for LA right now? 14 opportunities, 5 of which have been on target, but it's in possession where the Galaxy have really dominated. This midfield has overrun the Loons in the center of the park. The likes of Joe Corona as well as Sebastian Lletget and Jonathan Dos Santos taking care of business against Jan Gregush as well as Ozzy Alonso, who, to be honest, are overloaded right now and need some help. 62% to 38% possession, no yellow cards. The Galaxy with 3 corner kicks, 4 corner kicks tonight for Minnesota United FC. And I'm sure the acting head coach Mark Watson with a few wise words. Minnesota trying to get a foot on the ball, but the Galaxy trying to do their best here. Remember, looking for their first clean sheet of the season. All right, we're going to take another quick break, but keep it right here on Galaxy Radio. When we return, we'll kick it off. The second half, LA and Minnesota is next.
LA Galaxy is presented by Toyota. Let's go places.
Are you ready for a new car? Are you set on getting a great deal? Then now's the time to get to Toyota's Ready, Set, Go sales event, where you can take advantage of incredible deals like low leases and huge factory cashback offers on many of our most popular models, including the all-new RAV4, a top new Tacoma, a sporty Camry, and more. So ready, set, go. See your Southern California Toyota dealer today, or visit buyatoyota.com for all current offers.
Buying a car is a big deal. Performance, reliability, safety, there are a lot of factors to consider. Fortunately, there's buyatoyota.com. With buyatoyota.com, you can locate a dealer, compare models, set up a test drive, and check out all current offers. It's the only official site for your Southern California Toyota dealers. So when you're looking to buy a new car, buyatoyota.com. We make it easy on you. Toyota, let's go places.
Dignity Health is the official health care partner of the LA Galaxy at Dignity Health Sports Park. Our doctors and nurses look for the healing effects of human kindness every day at our Southern California hospitals. St. Mary in Long Beach, Northridge Hospital, California Hospital in downtown LA, St. Bernardine, and Community Hospital of San Bernardino. Learn about emergency services, health care, and healthy babies at dignityhealthcare.org/SoCal.
Senores, let's celebrate with a cold Modelo Especial. Those who believe there are no shortcuts to any place worth going. Those who follow their passion and inspire others to do the same. Let's celebrate the everyday rewards with a Modelo. That Modelo Especial that remains true to its quality and taste since 1925. Modelo Especial. Serve responsibly. Modelo Especial beer, imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Alcatel, the official smartphone partner of LA Galaxy, presents Onyx, a smartphone with the latest tech features at a great price. Enjoy sharp photos with dual rear cameras, Enhanced security features with fingerprint and facial recognition. Up to 32 gigabytes of storage, and the battery built to last. This beautifully designed smartphone with suede texture finish and expansive 5.5-inch full-view display will handle all of your entertainment needs. Available at Cricket Wireless and AlcatelOnyx.com.
Dignity Health is the official healthcare partner of the LA Galaxy at Dignity Health Sports Park. Our doctors and nurses look for the healing effects of human kindness every day at our Southern California hospitals. St. Mary in Long Beach, Northridge Hospital, California Hospital in downtown LA, St. Bernardine, and Community Hospital of San Bernardino. Learn about emergency services, healthcare, and healthy babies at dignityhealthcare.org/SoCal.
LA Galaxy is presented by Herbalife, nutrition for a better life, and Toyota. Let's go places.
And welcome back. Players out. LA and Minnesota getting set to commence the second half with the Galaxy leading 2-0. Both of their strikes coming in the last 10 minutes of half number one. Jonathan Dos Santos on the penalty spot, as well as the first goal of the season for Chris Pontius. The Galaxy will be attacking the goal to the south end here at the dig. Uriel Antuna getting set to kick us off here. An important game for the Galaxy in a week that has been mired in all kinds of criticism, but mostly for the lack of health of this team. 3 big players, 2 first-teamers out, 2 of their big DPs with no Alessandrini and Zlatan Ibrahimovic unable to train this week. Zlatan, of course, with the Achilles problem, and Roman Alessandrini limping out a couple of weeks ago here against Chicago with a hamstring problem. Alessandrini is expected to be back for the next match in 2 weeks here against Portland on the 31st, while it's a day-to-day situation right now for Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Neither player has been training for the last 2 weeks. So far, so good. Is Minnesota on the throw? They'll need something strong to start here in the second half as Rasmus Schuller goes down this left-hand side, trying to link up with Romario Ibarra. It'll come out for a Minnesota throw at midfield. Remember, Adrian Heath did not make the trip, suffering the after effects of a double root canal which got infected. Very painful situation, I'm sure, for the English head coach. Desperately wanted to come, but was ruled out at the last possible moment. So Mark Watson is the acting head coach, and I'm sure Watson, former MLS player in his own right, gave his team a real swift talking to. They have to get a foot in midfield. They want to right the ship here because it's been all LA, just one-way traffic so far. Free kick for Los Angeles. Joe Corona. Are they finding that understanding in the center now? We shall see. Corona a little bit more license to go forward with Leggett tucking in behind. Here's Felcher, who's gotten free. First time cross is hit. And it'll come off the head of the defense of Roman Metaner. And the Galaxy will have corner number 4. First of the second half. As I mentioned, Roman Metaner, one of those new arrivals. A lot of new faces this year. Along with Gregush, Manone Opara, as well as Ozzy Alonso. Galaxy not making too many additions. Mentioned the likes of Diego Polenta and Uriel Antuna. First teamers, they're going to have the most influence in terms of contributions. Lovely cross in. Manone opts to flap at it, but slaps it away. Trickles out wide to the right for Diego Polenta, who has the support of the speedy Uriel Antuna. The young 21-year-old serving one up, rising his stairs, volleyed by Felcher, and denied at point-blank range as it's blocked. Antuna is stolen in behind Schuller here down the right, pulls it across. Out comes Manone, who flaps at it again and slaps it away. It's really unconvincing defending from Minnesota, but they do enough. And here comes Romario Ibarra in transition, looking to counterattack into the Galaxy half. And too much and too heavy for Miguel Ibarra. It is just not clicking right now for Minnesota United. Appear to be out of sync, unable to string anything together. Wonderful opportunity from Felcher. Had a great chance last week, denied by the crossbar. After it was sent across, the defense able to get the block in. Belcher may feel aggrieved that he hasn't opened his goal-scoring account just yet after all of his forays into the opposition penalty area. The Galaxy with the throw in their own half. It's coughed up. Quintero steals away. Here's Miguel Ibarra centrally now. Romario on the edge of the box. Romario Ibarra slips past one challenge before LA get a hold of it, but possession all too short-lived. Gregush gets it back. Here's Metzener, who fires. It was ill-advised. And a Malagasy defender sending that one up into row P, into the LA Riot Squad supporters group. Not exactly the end product he was looking for. David Bingham in no hurry. Meanwhile, 5 minutes into the second half, Romario Ibarra is the man down, the Ecuadorian striker for Minnesota United. It's the same 11 we've seen the last 2 weeks for the Loons. Ibarra already on target so far this season. Finding the back of the net in the opening win at Vancouver a couple of weeks ago. Still 2 more games away from home before the opening of Allianz Field, which they are so looking forward to. Next week for MNUFC, it's after the international break. The next game up is away to New England before a visit to the New York Red Bulls on April 6th, and then their home opener at home against the other New York team, NYCFC. Really tough schedule to begin, because Vancouver has played well. Los Angeles, as I mentioned, proving to be the pushover that they were the last couple of seasons, the Galaxy. The fine first half. Can it continue here in the second? You mentioned over 60% of the possession, as the Galaxy have been dominated by the opposition in that department the last 2 weeks. Here's Pontius at midfield, squares, Leggett off to the racing, and he's broken the lines. Bearing down on this back four, Leggett goes to the left, tackled from behind by Opata, deemed a clean challenge. Referee waves it on, and it's volleyed by Corona. About 23 yards out. Failed to put one on target. Joe Corona still looking for his first attempt on target as an MLS player, but what a tackle it was. Opara, just on the edge of his own penalty area, dives in on Leggett. Appeared to win the ball, but he got a piece of Leggett as well. Very much flirting dangerously with a possible penalty kick. Galaxy carving open this Minnesota defense tonight at will. You know, it's real ironic, too, because Galaxy throughout these last 2 seasons have struggled with teams that have all kinds of passing and movement, but they've turned the tables. It's their movement that has really unhinged Minnesota. So a free kick now for the Loons, just trying to grab this game by the scruff of the neck, as they say. LA trying to play that high line. Win tonight can see the Galaxy move into second place, or move in, of course, into the top 7 in the Western Conference. Seattle standing atop the heap right now. A win would see them overtake Houston. We shall see. Here's Calvo, driving one across inside the box, tracked down by Schiller, but beaten to it by Joe Corona. He's going to be a good addition to this team, but he's tackled from behind by Schiller. Calvo wins it back, but fires one straight into the teeth of that central defense. Repelled by Polenta. Romario Ibarra gets it back. Schiller tries to side-foot it in, but drags it wide to David Bingham's left. It fell nicely, perhaps one of the best chances of the evening for the Loons. Schiller left to lament his lack of finishing prowess, the Finn. Strong concerted efforts. More urgency we're seeing right now from Minnesota than we saw in the first 45 minutes. Jonathan Dos Santos now, or Sebastian Leggett. Those two, such a good understanding. Two very technically sound players. Left side, Sjobeck. Jonathan for Sebastian Leggett. Chris Pontius can't bring out that one, a little too hot to handle for Pontius. And back the other way is Jonah Dos Santos, and a brilliant challenge on Darwin Quintero. And it's popped out wide here for Ima Boateng. First time hit. Oh, and he had Antuna arriving. He made the diagonal run to that near post. Antuna, that stride for stride with him was that Minnesota defense. And there is that movement that I was just speaking about. A superb tackle in midfield from Jonathan Dos Santos, and the Galaxy in transition trying to hit. It's a good delivery from Boateng. And Antuna just hindered enough by Michael Boxall. Calvo able to cut it out. Felcher first to it and falls on it. He falls on top of the ball, so it's going to be a handball against the Swiss-born Venezuelan fullback. He has featured for Venezuela at the international level as recently as last year. He had to feature in 2019 and not called up for the international break for Venezuela, but that country going through all kinds of social unrest right now, which may have the reasons behind it. Here is Daniel Steres in the back for Los Angeles. Team that recorded 8 clean sheets last year. Not exactly a breathtaking statistic. Love to take a step in the right direction this evening. Sebastian Lletget. And I see well inside their own half. Back to Daniel Steres. Jonathan Dos Santos showing for it. Plays that vertical ball forward, centrally forward. Boateng is dispossessed by Calvo, who goes off on a run. And here's Quintero, but he's just dispossessed by Sebastian Lletget. The Galaxy doing a great job tonight of closing down and winning it back once they do give it away. Felcher making some inroads before he's tripped up from about 25 yards out on the left-hand side of that Minnesota penalty area. So we'll see what transpires here. Free kick as Jonathan Dos Santos will go back to Guillermo Barros Esqueloto for a moment and get some instructions. And it seems like yesterday, Guillermo, as he's known down in Argentina, was gracing the pitches in Argentina for Boca Juniors. Sublime midfield player with a nose for goal. Great understanding of the game. On the free kick, it's short, and Jonathan's free kick able to be dispatched by the Minnesota back line. And it's entertaining first 11 minutes here in the second half as the first 45 is continuing much in the same vein. Open affair, chances abound for the Galaxy with 5 shots on target in the first period. Lletget operating on that far left-hand touchline. Boateng helps it back. Here's Polenta. Nice ball playing center half. It really looks the part when he's under pressure, despite those catastrophic mistakes he's made at the outset of his Galaxy career. Pontius squares it in. The on-rushing Felcher. This is positive soccer, and Pontius's cross is blocked by Boxall. Great understanding down this right-hand side. Felcher's been magnificent tonight, adding all kinds of attacking width, making those runs. Likewise for Schielbeck. Antuna. The 3-man game as Boateng takes over, supported from about 30 yards away from goal by Lletget. Tries to pick out the long diagonal for Pontius, but overhit. Sebastian Lletget was supposed to wear a mask tonight, was fitted for one after breaking his nose, but as we've seen all too often, has shunned that mask. A lot of players just deem it too uncomfortable. Oh, it's given away, and LA chance to pounce now. Boateng taking on all comers, but showing too much of it to Aiko Para. Retrieved by Lletget. It'll be a throw-in here for the Galaxy. And one back here by Gregus, who's dropped very deep. Quintero fouled that time by Jürgen Schielbeck. Quintero really has had a rough going. He's struggled with the physical dimension tonight. Does not look like the player in the first couple of weeks. Really able to profit from some space in between the lines and able to utilize his pace. Remember, he's had a hand in 5 goals, scoring twice from the penalty spot so far this young campaign. They don't look like the team that's put 3 past their previous 2 opponents, as the Galaxy squeeze that midfield, making life very uncomfortable. The referee will delay it here. Minnesota going to the bench right now as Mark Watson getting set to deploy his first substitute. Ike Opara makes a rare romp, and he's left a hole at the back now. And Antuna runs into space, as does Corona with him. And down goes Uriel Antuna. And the first yellow card of the evening will be issued to Miguel Ibarra. He got his money's worth out of that card, Ibarra. Antuna just stealing in after Opara had made the run and left that gap at the back. No doubt about it. Striker's challenge, as they usually say. So the Galaxy with this free kick opportunity, and once again it'll be those 2 conspirators, Jonathan Dos Santos and Sebastian Lletget. They're about 29 yards out. It's a goal. One on the left-hand side. So we get confirmation of the booking, and that one floated in. And Minnesota dodged the bullet. Vito Mannone just getting a hand to it. It'll come out here for corner number 5 for Los Angeles. It was a nice driven ball straight in. Nearly caught Mannone by surprise as he pushes it wide. No Galaxy player able to get onto it. So Joe Corona now near side to take this corner kick with 61 minutes on the clock. Oh, lovely corner from Corona, but well defended by Boxall. Boxall really just a traditional center forward, no nonsense guy. Darwin Quintero still awaiting the substitute for Minnesota as Quintero nutmegs the likes of Corona. Miguel Ibarra swiftly for his namesake, Romario Ibarra. Has the overlap of Metaner, uses it. The square ball blocked by Skjelbæk. And some fine positioning, nice starting position for the Norwegian. Can't tell you how much more comfortable he looks out there at left back than he does in the center of defense. Well, we've got a moment, Galaxy fans. Join us for the 3rd annual LA Kings Night coming up on Sunday, March 31st, as your LA Galaxy take on the Portland Timbers at the Dig. This exciting night will include special appearances from LA Kings players, alumni, the LA Kings ice crew, Bailey the mascot, and more. The first 10,000 fans in attendance will also receive co-branded LA Kings and LA Galaxy car flags. Buy your tickets today at lagalaxy.com/tickets. Corner comes in, well defended by the Galaxy. And back to Vito Mannone. Jonathan Dos Santos now for Sebastian Lletget. The crowd's starting to come to life. Less than a half an hour remaining in this one. Ima Boateng enters the penalty area on that left-hand side, has the overlap, pulled back. Nicely done by he and Sebastian Lletget. Better defending here in the second half from the visitors. Let LA keep possession. They have just taken the lion's share of that this evening, that's for sure. Skjelbæk squeezing out Darwin Quintero. Nowhere to go for Quintero tonight. Space has been at a premium for the 31-year-old Colombian. Joe Corona takes over. And revert to a deep-lying Chris Pontius, who defers to the right back, Felcher. The Galaxy bossing it, 11 behind it right now for Minnesota. My, what a difference a week can make. Felcher in behind now, making that run, squares it to the top of the box for Chris Pontius, who dribbles wide. Corona arrives, and he'll hit this long cross, but it's under hit. It falls to the feet of Sebastian Lletget. Can they conjure it open here? They've been comfortable and not pressed for space whatsoever as Skjelvik dispossessed by 2 as Metaner wins it back on Minnesota's behalf. And this is where they could really use a good spell, Minnesota. They need to take the sting and confidence out of this LA Galaxy approach. Opara closed down, high pressure from Mantuna, making life very uncomfortable. They cannot deal with this press right now. Good spacing from Los Angeles. Showing a good understanding of when to press, when to drop. There's something you get from an Antuna that you don't get from the likes of a Chris Pontius, perhaps, or for sure a Zlatan Ibrahimovic, who isn't going to be pressing much at 37 years of age and a reconstructed knee. Jonathan Dos Santos inside the center circle for Corona. And down goes Rasmus Schuller under the challenge of Chris Pontius. And we'll finally see that substitution here for Minnesota. So it will be Schuller, the Finn off. Ethan Finlay comes on. Finlay, the player who only played 7 games last year after going out with an ACL tear. He's playing his way back. The former Columbus crewman becomes the first switch of the evening for either team. We'll see what kind of a spot he takes up. It looks as though it's going to be like for like on the left-hand side of that Minnesota United midfield. Speaking of, Felcher's run into that space. Lovely touch for Pontius, who's closed down by 2 markers. Nutmegs Michael Boxall, and he's fouled. Free kick for Los Angeles. The Galaxies can do no wrong right now. And a well-earned free kick for Chris Pontius. While we've got a moment, Galaxy fans, you can avoid the headaches of traffic and hop on board the Galaxy Express powered by Long Beach Transit. The Galaxy Express offers free shuttles to and from Dignity Health Sports Park for all Galaxy home matches. For more info, visit lagalaxy.com/shuttle. Jonah Dos Santos delivers. Oh, it'll drop now. It's Polenta who couldn't get his body right. Sent it well high. And true central defender fashion. So high press once again here. Galaxy putting a chokehold in the center of the park. Finlay, supported by Calvo, the Costa Rican who featured in the World Cup last summer for the Ticos. Quintero. Metaner. 10 behind it for Los Angeles. Quintero twisting and turning. He's the danger man, but not much danger tonight. Finlay with a lovely touch in for Romario Ibarra, and didn't Diego Polenta do well? He saw that one all the way and able to clear without conceding the corner kick. Well played by the Uruguayan. He's answered his critics tonight. Far side for Metaner, off the head of Felcher, who heads it clear. And Calvo's volley well out of play. Pace of play just slowing slightly, as you would expect, as we hit the midpoint of half number 2. Opara stepping forward, higher line being played right now from Minnesota. Ethan Finlay already having a positive effect, looking very lively, more of an attack-minded winger than the likes of Schiller. You got to go for it at this point. Roman Metaner, good-looking cross. Romario Ibarra stopped cold. It was a great header from the Ecuadorian on a lovely cross from the Malagasy fullback. But David Bingham was perfectly positioned to make the save, to deny the best chance of the evening for the Loons. Plenty of space. No one closing down the likes of Metaner nor Romario Ibarra. Ibarra just couldn't conjure up the power to beat the likes of Bingham. They had called in to make the save. Positive moment though, but no breakthrough for Minnesota. They're going to get a chance to make another change here momentarily. Bit of a positive spell this, but Calvo jinxed and gives it away. And it'll go back to Los Angeles' Dan Steres. Polenta. And Atima Boateng closed down, and Ike Opara stepping all the way back out of his defensive line. They're taking some risks right now, Minnesota, but they've got to at this point. Leggett does well to win it back, and there's such an air of confidence that's exuded out of this Galaxy midfield. They don't look to be bothered, looking very comfortable. Here's Felcher now, who's had acres of space down this right-hand side. Pontius will hold it up where he's supported by Joe Corona, just inside the right touchline in front of that Galaxy bench. Galaxy in no hurry right now, content to stroke it around the park as it goes off of Francisco Calvo, throw in for Los Angeles, and we will see that second switch. It will be the other designated player for Minnesota, big Angelo Rodriguez, another Colombian coming in for Romario Ibarra, and this will really change the dimension and complexion of this Minnesota attack. Angelo Rodriguez is a big, strong physical presence. Perhaps doesn't have the pace of a Romario Ibarra. It can really become more of a target-like center forward for Minnesota as they go in search of some attacking answers. Here's Alonso, who's broken the midfield line, wide for Finlay, has a good-looking cross, but just overhit that time for Angelo Rodriguez, looking to get his first touch. Rodriguez, the 29-year-old designated player from Colombia, found the back of the net on 4 occasions last year, but just 35 minutes this year as a limited role as a substitute and has yet to have an impact. Played really well. He's got the only goal last October in that 3-1 home loss to Los Angeles. Remember that game, his big physical presence troubling the likes of Dave Romney as well as Danny Steres in that Galaxy defense. It's held firm tonight. 20 minutes to go in this one. As they looking to really end this one in positive fashion and take some confidence heading to that 2-week international break. Remember, no game next weekend. The Galaxy resume action on the 31st. So they get set to take on the Portland Timbers here at Dignity Health Sports Park. Here's the captain, Jonathan Dos Santos, for his midfield mate, Joe Corona. Leggett makes a little stroll forward, and there's that understanding. Now it's Corona dropping deeper. Leggett with more license to get forward. He'll square it back for Dos Santos now, and Corona. Tidy little triangles. It's neat and it's crisp right now. Looking a lot like a training session for Los Angeles as Minnesota just defending much too deep and not closing down the space. Here's Chris Pontius. Once again, just inside that Galaxy bench, does well. Acres of space right now, just outside the center circle for Jonathan Dos Santos. Emmanuel Boateng for an onside. Pontius enters the penalty area, drops it back. Boateng trying to set the table for Antuna before it's intercepted. And Alonso will play it out. Just can't get out of their own half right now as the Galaxy have them pinned in. Large stretches tonight. Where is the team for Minnesota that has scored 6 goals in their first 2 away games? A far cry from the team that dealt Vancouver and San Jose defeats. Real tough ask for any team, though, to play their first 5 games away from home. Minnesota will deploy their 3rd and final substitution momentarily as the Galaxy win it back. Shelbeck, opposite side, cutting in from the left. Dispossessed, however, from Metanea. Shelbeck, who had a lot of space early on in the first half to attack the right-hand side of Minnesota midfield and back line. So much so now, as Quintero brings it down, sprays it into the Galaxy half for his countryman Rodriguez, who could not bring it down. And the substitute will come in. So it will be Miguel Ibarra coming off for Abu Danladi. The Ghanaian and former UCLA man, now in his second season as a professional, coming in. Danladi making his first appearance of 2019. Correction, third season for Abu Danladi. Remember seeing a lot of him at UCLA, an electric player, but didn't have his problems with injuries. It's kind of carried over into his professional career as well. Well, we've got a moment. Sports fans interested in sitting with the LA Galaxy supporters and having access to exclusive events will consider joining Angel City Brigade, LA Riot Squad, or the Galaxians to bring extra excitement to your game day experience. Visit lagalaxy.com/Since96 to get involved. That's lagalaxy.com to get involved. Rodriguez. There's running out of ideas. It drops wide on the right for Metanea. Pushing forward from his right back spot. Here's Gregush. He's been forced to a more reclusive role in midfield, but he's eluded one challenge. Gregush has found that pocket, pulls the trigger, and it goes off of David Bingham. And Minnesota finally get their breakthrough on the 75th. The first shot on goal for Jan Gregush, and Minnesota United has made it LA 2, Minnesota United 1. It was a lovely hit. Gregush takes it, slips it right past, and then takes it himself. It just took a deflection off of Bingham, who had his view obscured. And Jan Gregush, the Slovakian, gets his first ever goal in Major League Soccer. And I tell you what, David Bingham would love to have that one back. 76th minute, hold the phone, no clean sheet, and Minnesota right back into it as the designated player comes up trumps. Unassisted goal for the Slovak. Of course, part of the Slovakian setup, and meanwhile, on the ensuing kickoff, Joe Corona is brought to ground. And he's helped up by referee Jair Marufo, roughed up by Michael Boxall, the New Zealand defender, who was known to have played some rugby in his youth, as most New Zealand schoolboys do. Here's Boateng, trying to go right back in. And so this is an examination of the poise and character of LA right now. How will they weather this storm? Something from nothing. And they go right back in it. Boateng had a nice little give and go from Antuna. Antuna able to combine with his teammates to very good effect. Has an ability to link. Nice understanding. Guess you could call him a false nine playing up top in this depleted squad. A makeshift striker, to say the least. As it will drift over the byline, and it will be a throw, or rather a goal kick here for Vito Mannone. May remember him from his English Premier League days at Stoke City, as well as starting at Arsenal a number of years ago. Only 15 first-team appearances for Arsene Wenger, as Jonathan Dos Santos able to win it back. Didn't he do well? Galaxy have really shown an ability to tackle tonight, and it's Sebastian Lletget who nutmegs Francisco Calvo, trying to lead it forward now, and out comes the keeper, Mannone, who made a hash of it, got his communication crossed with Opara, and it nearly went into the back of the net. Opara and Mannone not on the same page, and it nearly worked out to the Galaxy's benefit. Sebastian Lletget had up, beautiful ball played in. Mannone came all the way out of his penalty area. He doesn't need to do that. Tried to clear it, and it deflected off of Opara, and that would have been absolutely catastrophic. As a result, Los Angeles has their sixth corner of this evening, and it's Corona to take it, rising to meet it once again. Pontius, and the drive from Polenta denied at that far post by Mannone. Desperate for that goal is Diego Polenta. Minnesota on the wobble here. It was nicely met by Pontius, who failed to steer it on, but it fell so nicely for Polenta, who couldn't react quickly enough. But credit the save from Manone to deny the Uruguayan. Corner number 7 for LA. And a positive response after the Minnesota United goal. Corona on that far side on the in-swinger. Rising is Steres. Angelo Rodriguez back doing the dirty work. The Colombian striker defending very well. Quintero misses out, just crowded off the ball that time by Antuna on the challenge. It will be a Minnesota throw. The Galaxy didn't believe it. They thought it was going to be their ball. Quintero opens up wide on the left. A chance for the equalizer. A wonderful tackle from Jonathan Dos Santos to dispossess the Colombian speedster. The game is picked up a notch here. And Dos Santos and Felcher absolutely irate with Jair Marufo, saying that was their penalty, or rather their throw-in. Meanwhile, the corner kick easily dealt with by David Bingham, who's got to atone for that error a moment ago. Galaxy not out of the woods yet. 10 minutes plus added on time here at the dig. Lletget bursting into space, leaves it wide. Uriel Antuna, what can the young Mexican conjure up? Drops his shoulder, pulls it across. Beautifully set up. It's a wonder goal. And it's Sebastian Lletget. And that will do it. Los Angeles surely heading to victory. 3-1 over Minnesota. Sebastian Lletget on a lovely ball from Antuna. It was won nicely by Lletget. He started the move and he finished the move. Nobody closing down Antuna, who drops that shoulder towards the byline. And all he had to do was stick out a right foot to put it right past Manone. And Sebastian Lletget, ahead of his U.S. men's national team call-up, grabs his first goal of the campaign. It's a huge goal for him, celebrating in exuberant fashion. Mexico to USA, usually not friends, but those two striking up a very good understanding and relationship that time, just when Minnesota was playing their way back into this game. The goal coming 9 minutes from time on the 81st, as Antuna collects his first assist of the season. He's been brilliant tonight. Make that his second assist, you could say, after he was brought down by Ozzie Alonso in the first half, which led to the Dos Santos penalty kick. And some bookings right now being dealt to Joe Corona, becoming the first Galaxy player caution and the first Galaxy, or rather first yellow card in Major League Soccer for the former Club America man. That one for dissent and coming together with Ike Opara. First booking of the night for Los Angeles. Out in front as Felcher able to win it. Minnesota behind Gregush. Do they have more in their tank? Quintero have not gotten enough out of their designated player tonight, Darwin Quintero. Hasn't been as instrumental as he has the past few weeks. Perhaps that's a knock on him. You know how sensational he can be since he burst on the scene down in Mexico with Santos Laguna before moving on to Club America, where he was actually teammates with Joe Corona, who was down in Mexico City on loan from Cholos last year with America. Primarily featuring as a substitute, but anyway, Quintero capable of moments of brilliance, but lacking in consistency. Fans, be there for every must-see Galaxy moment in 2019 as LA Galaxy season ticket members. Season ticket members receive the best seats at the best rates, members-only events, exclusive access to Galaxy players and alumni, plus more. Season ticket memberships start as low as $17 per match. For more info, just head to lagalaxy.com/since96. So Angelo Rodriguez trying to chip into this Galaxy lead, leaves it wide, deep into the attacking third. Finlay puts it on that right foot, crosses out. The clearance falls for Gregus. Here's Abu Danladi, acres of space. Danladi fires. No one closing down the Ghanaian. It's got to be better defensively, and it is nearly a breakdown. And it's going to be a lasting moment right now for this young man, Julian Araujo, who was brought up from the LA Galaxy 2 team down in USL, will make his MLS debut. One of 8 players on the senior team roster, replacing Chris Pontius on the 85th minute. The first substitution tonight for LA. Araujo, a natural fullback. We'll see where he slots in. Was brought in as backup for Rolf Felcher at right back. That's where he's played throughout the Galaxy Academy days, but he's playing a little farther advanced on the right-hand side of midfield, like for like with Pontius, who put in a good shift. Of course, responsible, scoring the Galaxy's second. It's been a complete team performance tonight. Still 5 minutes plus stoppage time left in this one. Tell you what, if Minnesota can get one here in a couple of minutes, it'd make things very interesting in the final stages. Opara, though, tracks down the clearance from Diego Polenta. Opara, once again, they just don't have that urgency. As Gregus carries into the Galaxy half. Expecting big things out of him, Slovakian. Gregus signed from Danish side SC Copenhagen. He's called up ahead of the Thursday match for Slovakia against Wales. That one, of course, in Cardiff. This is interesting here. David Bingham going to defer the goal kick duties as he appears to be slightly shaken up and in some discomfort. Daniel Steres to take this goal kick on the edge of the 6-yard box and gives it a ride all the way to the halfway line. On the carry, Alonso, some space. The turn from Quintero. Alonso continues his run, supported wide on the right by Danladi, and running right through him is Jurgen Schellbeck, but didn't Danladi do well? It's Metaneo who gets the cross in. This time it's Danladi, the header off the line in the post, and the rebound from Angelo Rodriguez goes in, and just like that, Minnesota has scored again. It's Angelo Rodriguez with his first goal of the season, just 2 minutes, or rather 6 minutes after Leggett had doubled up for LA. Credit Metaneo, was dispossessed. He wins it back, and here's his cross. Danladi's header off the post, and just the first one to react is Angelo Rodriguez. A little unlucky for LA. Always leaving it interesting. So it could be nail-biting time for Los Angeles. Angelo Rodriguez, the designated player who scored 4 times last year, opens his goal-scoring account. Will it be in the nick of time? The Galaxy taking their foot off the gas just a bit. Trying to get back to what they were doing so well and really limit that space. Had Minnesota really pinned in their own half for most of this game. They try to thread the needle forward behind the likes of Quintero, but unable to find its way forward. to Rodriguez. One back by Jonathan Dos Santos, and here's Corona now. The Galaxy just need to get a foot on the ball and see this one out. If this one slipped through their fingers, it would be a huge disappointment. And I cannot emphasize that enough, considering the way they have played tonight. That's been the knock on the Galaxy. Shooting themselves in the foot defensively. Losing their focus, and here's Quintero trying to play it up for this speedy Dunladi. Did well. Dunladi was spaced. Dunladi fires, put it on that left foot just inside the box, and nearly had it pay off. Did well. Skjelbæk to backtrack, but Dunladi able to get that shot off. In the end, though, it goes begging. David Bingham told to get on with it. Looks as though he'll be okay to take this goal kick. Abu Dunladi, I tell you what, he gets in open field and he is scary. Has lightning quick pace. No nonsense clearance from Daniel Steres. It's going to be a corner coming up right now. Number 7 for Minnesota. Correction, it's going to be a throw-in. We do have confirmation from the 4th official, Rami Touchon, that it will be 4 minutes added on here. Still plenty of time for the Loons to conjure up an equalizer. It's a long throw from Metzner into that danger area. Little Ima Boateng, all 5'3" of them, is the one to head it away. On the opposite side, into the corner for Darwin Quintero, squeezes off that ball for Abu Dunladi before it goes off of Jorgen Skjelbæk. Another corner coming up right now for Minnesota. Everybody forward except Metzner and goalkeeper Vito Mannone. This could be it. Galaxy have to remain resolute. Cannot afford to lose their focus as it's driven in. Lletget intercepts right back into the area before Polenta rises to meet it. He did really well, Polenta. Has not put a foot wrong. And off to the races is Antuna, and he is just brought to ground by Metzner. He's going to be booked for this. No doubt about it. Silly challenge. First booking in Major League Soccer for the Malagasy international. Correction, it's going to be Abu Dunladi. Tough to see the 1 and the 9. Dunladi number 99, Metzner number 19. So Dunladi booked. His first yellow card of the season, the second booking tonight as he joins Miguel Ibarra on the referee's naughty list. Looks as though Uriel Antuna in a little bit of difficulty right now. So free kick for Los Angeles. Just trying to see this one out as we head into the 3rd minute. For at least 4 minutes of stoppage time granted by referee Jair Marufo. Stay with us here on Galaxy Radio. We'll have a full post-game show coming up for you. And there's a foray forward, Abu Dunladi, just racing down that far right-hand side and tried to play it early, but entirely mishit it. And they can ill afford to let chances like that go begging. The Galaxy will make another switch. Servando Carrasco will come in. Emmanuel Boateng will come off. away by Polenta. They are nearly there. Sebastian Lletget pushing it down for Araujo. Oh, he had a wide open Antuna, who's making the run now, but Araujo, remember, this is his MLS and professional debut at the senior level, and I'm sure the youngster very, very excited right now after playing out of the LA Galaxy Academy. Araujo, of course, get this, born in 2001. That'll make you feel old, won't it? Those of you watching, not even around for the old Y2K days. The Corona gives it away. Still some life here for Minnesota in the dying embers. They'll spray it up for Boxall. Finlay loses sight of it, and it's hoofed clear by Felcher. The Galaxy are nearly there. The 4 minutes is up. 95th minute here. Everybody looking to the referee, and finally he calls time, and the Galaxy survive. It ended in precarious fashion, a little risky, but on the balance, a good performance, a great result for LA as they grab their second victory of the season and really respond after a disappointing result last week against FC Dallas. The goals coming in the first half from Jonathan Dos Santos from the penalty spot after Uriel Antuna was brought down by Ozzy Alonso. And it was Chris Pontius, the beneficiary of a nice feed from Rolf Felcher to make it 2-0 at the break. Jan Gregus got one back on the 76th minute to make it 2-1, and Minnesota had new life, but that only lasted 5 minutes as Sebastian Lletget combined to good effect with Uriel Antuna to make it 3-1, but then 7 minutes later, Angelo Rodriguez on the rebound following the attempt to make it 3-2. It was nervous in the end, but in the end, LA win out as they get their 4th win in 5 games remaining, unbeaten against the Minnesota team through 5 all-time meetings. Meanwhile, Minnesota dropped their first points of the season in their 3rd consecutive match on the road. All right, keep it right here on Galaxy Radio. When I return, we'll have a full comprehensive recap, and we'll talk about the good points and the bad times right after this. LA Galaxy 3, Minnesota United 2.
LA Galaxy is presented by Herbalife, nutrition for a better life, and Toyota. Let's go places.
Dignity Health is the official health care partner of the LA Galaxy at Dignity Health Sports Park. Our doctors and nurses look for the healing effects of human kindness every day at our Southern California hospitals. St. Mary in Long Beach, Northridge Hospital, California Hospital in downtown LA, St. Bernardine, and Community Hospital of San Bernardino. Learn about emergency services, health care, and healthy babies at dignityhealthcare.org/SoCal.
Over the course of a single game, LA Galaxy players will spend 90 minutes fighting for the ball, going on goal, sprinting, sliding, jogging backwards, running almost 7 miles, while maintaining an average heart rate of 160 beats per minute. And they'll perform at this world-class level 31 times a year, powered by Herbalife Nutrition, the official nutrition company of the LA Galaxy. To power up like a pro, contact your Herbalife independent distributor or visit Herbalife.com today.
Señores, let's celebrate with a cold Modelo Especial. Those who remain true to their roots. Those who never forget their real friends, no matter how far they go in life. Let's celebrate the everyday rewards with Modelo. That Modelo Especial that remains true to its quality and taste since 1925. Modelo Especial. Serve responsibly. Modelo Especial beer, imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
At Southern New Hampshire University, we have just one goal: your success. As the official education partner of the LA Galaxy, we're dedicated to helping the entire LA Galaxy family succeed, and that includes their fierce, diehard fans. Choose from over 200 online degree programs and gain the skills and expertise you need to succeed in your field. Visit snhu.edu/LA Galaxy.
Are you ready for a new car? Are you set on getting a great deal? Then now's the time to get to Toyota's Ready, Set, Go sales event, where you can take advantage of incredible deals like low leases and huge factory cashback offers on many of our most popular models, including the all-new RAV4, a top new Tacoma, a sporty Camry, and more. So ready, set, go. See your Southern California Toyota dealer today, or visit buyatoyota.com for all current offers.
Buying a car is a big deal. Performance, reliability, safety, there are a lot of factors to consider. Fortunately, there's buyatoyota.com. With buyatoyota.com, you can locate a dealer, compare models, set up a test drive, and check out all current offers. It's the only official site for your Southern California Toyota dealers. So when you're looking to buy a new car, buyatoyota.com. We make it easy on you. Toyota, let's go places.
LA Galaxy is presented by Toyota. Let's go places.
In nervous moments in the end, but in the end, the Galaxy get their second win. Time now for our man of the match, brought to you by Herbalife. Herbalife, nutrition for a better life. And we're going to have to take our hat off here to Uriel Antuna, who earned the penalty kick for Jonathan Dos Santos in the first half, and as well had an assist for Sebastian Lletget on LA Galaxy's third. His movement unhinged this back four, and his dynamic presence really was a thorn in this Minnesota side right now. He was used as a false nine tonight with the injury to Zlatan Ibrahimovic, an audacious move by Guillermo Barros Esqueloto, but one and a gamble that paid off for them, as Antuna proved to be the perfect foil against a team that was coming off an away clean sheet, scoring 6 goals on back-to-back wins. This is a monumental victory in terms of both points as well as morale here for Los Angeles as they right the ship following that disappointing 2-0 loss away to FC Dallas. It was a comprehensive win for LA. Well played, dominating possession from start to finish. Had a couple of hiccups on the strike from Gregush, which was a bit unlucky. It caught David Bingham going the wrong way. And, of course, the rebound from Angelo Rodriguez. Minnesota United, tried as they might, really couldn't play their way in. And, in fact, in long stretches in the second half, the Galaxy able to pin Minnesota inside their own half. And it looks as though that midfield trio of Joe Corona, as well as Sebastian Lletget and Jonathan Dos Santos, has found that understanding. They did create those overloads in the center of the park against the likes of Jan Gregush as well as Osvaldo Alonso, and quite frankly just outplayed this Minnesota United FC midfield throughout large stretches. A positive result, a much needed result here for Los Angeles, who will put this feather in the cap, and a very good feather to have, especially considering there is a 2-week break as the international break is now upon us. The LA Galaxy not in action until March 31st when they get set to take on the Portland Timbers. Come on down to Dignity Health Sports Park if you haven't already to catch the Portland Timbers in the LA Galaxy on March 31st. Sebastian Lletget, one of the goal scorers tonight, and what a way to ring his LA Galaxy season out before the international break. He's been called up into the U.S. men's national team camp as he will depart tomorrow for Orlando, Florida, as the Galaxy get set for a friendly coming up against Ecuador as well as Chile. Sebastian Lletget opening his goal scoring account, but this midfield performance from back to front was absolutely magnificent. The defense rarely put a foot wrong. Diego Polenta looking much more comfortable alongside the likes of Daniel Steres, and a team that really controlled Minnesota United from the outset, turned the tables on this Loons team and really took it to them. A just and deserved result here, and 3 big points for Guillermo Barros Esqueloto. And now the Galaxy stand on 6 points with 2 wins and 1 defeat, and upping their goal-scoring output to 5 on the campaign with 4 goals allowed. All right, keep it right here. There's more coming up on Galaxy Radio. The post-game show continues right after this.
Dignity Health is the official health care partner of the LA Galaxy at Dignity Health Sports Park. Our doctors and nurses look for the healing effects of human kindness every day at our Southern California hospitals. St. Mary in Long Beach, Northridge Hospital, California Hospital in downtown LA, St. Bernardine, and Community Hospital of San Bernardino. Learn about emergency services, healthcare, and healthy babies at dignityhealthcare.org/SoCal.
Course of a single game, LA Galaxy players will spend 90 minutes fighting for the ball, going on goal, sprinting, sliding, jogging backwards, running almost 7 miles, while maintaining an average heart rate of 160 beats per minute. And they'll perform at this world-class level 31 times a year, powered by Herbalife Nutrition, the official nutrition company of the LA Galaxy. To power up like a pro, contact your Herbalife independent distributor or visit Herbalife.com today.
Señores, let's celebrate with a cold Modelo Especial. Those who remain true to their roots. Those who never forget their real friends, no matter how far they go in life. Let's celebrate the everyday rewards with Modelo. That Modelo Especial that remains true to its quality and taste since 1925. Modelo Especial. Serve responsibly. Modelo Especial beer, imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Want more for less? Spectrum Mobile delivers. Grab your wireless bill to compare and see how you can save up to 40% a month with our unlimited data plan for $45 a line, or our buy the gig plan for $14 a gig, all with free nationwide talk and text. Call 855-535-7732. Get Spectrum Mobile today. Call 855-535-7732. Savings based on comparison of single-line unlimited plans amongst major national carriers as of 10/21/18. Visit Spectrum.com for offer restrictions and details.
Are you ready for a new car? Are you set on getting a great deal? Then now's the time to get to Toyota's Ready, Set, Go sales event, where you can take advantage of incredible deals like low leases and huge factory cashback offers on many of our most popular models, including the all-new RAV4, a top new Tacoma, a sporty Camry, and more. So ready, set, go. See your Southern California Toyota dealer today, or visit buyatoyota.com for all current offers.
Buying a car is a big deal. Performance, reliability, safety, there are a lot of factors to consider. Fortunately, there's buyatoyota.com. With buyatoyota.com, you can locate a dealer, compare models, set up a test drive, and check out all current offers. It's the only official site for your Southern California Toyota dealers. So when you're looking to buy a new car, buyatoyota.com. We make it easy on you. Toyota, let's go places.
LA Galaxy is presented by Toyota. Let's go places.
LA Galaxy got tonight against a very highly touted Minnesota United FC side. 3-2, and the Galaxy come out on the right end of the result this time. Time now to take a look back at our match stats. And the Galaxy really dominating in virtually every category throughout, conjuring up 20 shots, but more importantly, 7 of those on target compared to 15 and 4 for Minnesota. But this is the stat that's really going to define this one. Possession, 62% for Los Angeles, just 38% for Minnesota United FC, who had really put a step forward in their first 2 games in that department. They held a team that had scored 3 goals in each of their first 2 games to 2 tonight. But most importantly, they held a team and one of the best players in the league in Darwin Quintero, who was rendered pretty much largely ineffective throughout his 90 minutes on the pitch after Quintero, arguably the best player in Major League Soccer in the first 2 weeks. But it was in midfield where this game was won, and in the back, certain solidity was found. The Galaxy did create several opportunities. In fact, all kinds of chances created, especially back in the first half. A brilliant first half from the Galaxy that Shalom really put 5 shots on target, but like we saw in the first half against FC Dallas last week, really couldn't take too many of those chances. But finally the breakthrough came from Jonathan Dos Santos on the penalty spot, the first penalty kick of the season, put home by the Mexico man. And then 5 minutes later, Chris Pontius giving the Galaxy a 2-goal lead at halftime. This is a comprehensive win that not only will be remembered by a good midfield performance, but how about the work on the flanks tonight in those wide areas with Corona, Sebastian Lletget, as well as Jonah Dos Santos playing in that 4-3-3. A lot was asked of both Rolf Feltscher wide on the right, as well as Jürgen Schellbeck on the left, and they found a lot of joy, especially Feltscher, making those frequent romps forward into the attacking half, getting behind the left back and causing all kinds of problems and whipping in crosses and running at defenders. Likewise for Schellbeck, who experienced a lot of his profitability early in the first half. And Schellbeck putting in another performance, looking much more comfortable the first 3 games of this season at left fullback than he did in the entirety of the 2018 campaign when he spent playing in the center of defense. So all in all, a good result. Look, no clean sheet, but it's a positive step in the right direction for the Galaxy, and it will really deal a positive blow for their morale ahead of this 2-week break before the game against Portland coming up in 2 weeks. We'll see which Portland team will show up. That remains to be seen, but certainly a Portland team that is a force to be reckoned with on their day. We'll see what unfolds. But plenty to build upon tonight. The Galaxy very happy with the result. Guillermo Barros Escaloto had the following to say following the defeat away to FC Dallas last weekend. We need to work, be more consistent when we have the ball and try to score. I felt we played very well in the first half. We pressed them well in the first half, but lost our advantage in the second half. And that begs the point. There was no drop-off in the second half from the Galaxy. Yes, there were some goals scored by Minnesota United, some minor hiccups, but a lot of that due to bad luck, as well as a right place at the right time for Minnesota United. But all in all, the Galaxy putting together a very good performance, a comprehensive win, a just and deserved victory for Guillermo Barros Escaloto, who will be very happy with this one. All right, we're going to take one final break. When we return, we'll get our final thoughts and close things up from the Dignity Health Sports Park Stadium here in Carson, where the Galaxy emerged victorious tonight, 3-2 over Minnesota United.
Dignity Health is the official health care partner of the LA Galaxy at Dignity Health Sports Park. Our doctors and nurses look for the healing effects of human kindness every day at our Southern California hospitals. St. Mary in Long Beach, Northridge Hospital, California Hospital in downtown LA, St. Bernardine, and Community Hospital of San Bernardino. Learn about emergency services, healthcare, and healthy babies at dignityhealthcare.org/SoCal.
Course of a single game, LA Galaxy players will spend 90 minutes fighting for the ball, going on goal, sprinting, sliding, jogging backwards, running almost 7 miles, while maintaining an average heart rate of 160 beats per minute. And they'll perform at this world-class level 31 times a year, powered by Herbalife Nutrition, the official nutrition company of the LA Galaxy. To power up like a pro, contact your Herbalife independent distributor or visit Herbalife.com today.
Señores, let's celebrate with a Col Modelo Especial. Those who believe there are no shortcuts to any place worth going. Those who follow their passion and inspire others to do the same. Let's celebrate the everyday rewards with a Modelo. That Modelo Especial that remains true to its quality and taste since 1925. Modelo Especial. Discover the Especial. Serve responsibly. Modelo Especial beer, imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
At Southern New Hampshire University, we have just one goal, your success. As the official education partner of the LA Galaxy, we're dedicated to helping the entire LA Galaxy family succeed, and that includes their fierce, diehard fans. Choose from over 200 online degree programs and gain the skills and expertise you need to succeed in your field. Visit snhu.edu/LA Galaxy.
Alcatel, the official smartphone partner of LA Galaxy, presents Onyx, a smartphone with the latest tech features at a great price. Enjoy sharp photos with dual rear cameras, enhanced security features with fingerprint and facial recognition, up to 32 gigabytes of storage, and a battery built to last. This beautifully designed smartphone with suede texture finish and expansive 5.5-inch full-view display will handle all of your entertainment needs. Available at Cricket Wireless and AlcatelOnyx.com.
Want more for less? Spectrum Mobile delivers. Grab your wireless bill to compare and see how you can save up to 40% a month with our unlimited data plan for $45 a line, or our Buy the Gig plan for $14 a gig, all with free nationwide talk and text. Call 855-535-7732. Get Spectrum Mobile today. Call 855-535-7732. Savings based on comparison of single-line unlimited plans amongst major national carriers as of 10/21/18. Visit Spectrum.com for offer restrictions and details.
It was a beautiful surface tonight and a beautiful result for the LA Galaxy, who come home to the cozy confines of the Dig and take care of business with their 4th win in 5 meetings against Minnesota United FC. The score tonight, LA Galaxy 3, Minnesota United FC 2. The Galaxy getting goals from Sebastian Lletget, Chris Pontius, and Jonathan Dos Santos in the penalty spot. And before we close up shop here, just have to say, Guillermo Barros Esqueloto nearly pushed every right button tonight. A tactical performance that not only saw him utilize and take a huge gamble on the youngster Uriel Antuna as playing as a false 9 in that 4-3-3 tactical setup, but how about the pressing from this team? This mobility and this youthful approach, not something you're going to get from Zlatan Ibrahimovic. It made life very uncomfortable for Minnesota United. They did not look comfortable and could not get on the ball, spending large stretches of the second half pinned inside their own half. So a tip of the hat to Guillermo Barros Esqueloto, who got a little bit of help from his assistants, Dom Kinnear and his brother, Gustavo Barros Esqueloto. Up next, the LA Galaxy on March 31st return home to take on the Portland Timbers here after the international break. The only international call-ups are Jonathan Dos Santos for Mexico and Sebastian Lletget for the United States as they get set for the upcoming friendlies for their national teams. Players coming back to full fitness hopefully soon. Roman Alessandrini expected to train this coming week. Day-to-day is the status for Zlatan Ibrahimovic right now, as his status remains largely unknown as he continues to nurse that Achilles injury. Likewise for Perry Kitchen, still out with that ankle problem. His status is unknown. We could see him as soon as the end of the month. But a happy St. Patrick's Day to one and all, and a happy St. Patrick's Day for the LA Galaxy, who get their 2nd win of the season. The final score, once again, LA Galaxy 3, Minnesota United FC 2. On behalf of all the good people here at the Dignity Health Sports Park, my name is Christian Miles, saying good night from Carson.
LA Galaxy is presented by Toyota. Let's go places. And SNHU. See yourself succeed at snhu.edu.